Okay. We bow down and worship you. We glorify your holy name. We praise your holy name today. Today, we bow down and worship you. We glorify your holy name. We praise your holy name today. Glorify your name. Glorify your name. We bow down and worship you. We glorify your name. We praise your holy name today. Said we bow down and worship you. Oh yeah. We bow down and worship you. We glorify your name. We glorify your holy name. We praise your holy name today. Blessed be the name of Yah. We praise you today. Hallelujah. We praise you today. Blessings from God. Blessings from God. Blessings from God. Blessings come from on high. Blessings come from on high. Blessings come from on high. Blessings from God. Blessings from God. Blessings from God. Blessing after blessing after blessing after blessing. Blessing after blessing after blessing after blessing. Blessing after blessing after blessing after blessing. Shalom, family. Hopefully, Vigilante will be on soon. He's having some problems, so hopefully, he will be on shortly. All right. Well, in the meantime, let me just go down the list and say hello to everybody. Vigilante Salazar, Shalom, Crystal Clear, Mother Nature, Nicole Ali, Israel, Ark of Yah, Hope Set, Jamal Bey, how you doing? Yamima Yah, Yezarel, Candy Lee, Ride with Satan. Okay. White people love heroin. 666 Peace Family. Woo! Now that's a name. Black Messiah, ONN Senior X, Sherry, Andre Toppin Jr.
Okay. All right.
Glenn! Yay! We're just going down the list to say hi to everybody. M. Mitch, Stacy D, Dawuda, Quentin Miller, how you doing? Elena, Yisrael, Hope Set, Heyman, Mr. Real Estate New York, hello. Gabe Talk Media, welcome, brother. Scales 2247, hello. Lions Den, welcome, brother. Christopher Clipper, Mega Old School 76, welcome, sister. Let's see, T. Thomas, welcome. King Stan. Wow, so many people. I was not expecting so many of you to come in so soon, but I'm glad you're all here. Let me see, I kind of lost track here. Love Me More, Elena, Maurice, how you doing, brother? I watched your video today, Maurice. It was really good. I enjoyed it. You keep it up. You're going to end up with a lot of subscribers. A Ride with, well, I already said that one. Chai Socks Forever. Michelle, how are you? Film Lore 46. Marcella Muhammad. Araya.
The handy fan with Paulette. How are you, S. Wiseman? Sister Lovely K. Demetrius McCullough. Vanessa Alexander. I think that's GRNPSP. Diallo Straight Talk. TJ. All right. Quest. How are you? I don't want to skip anybody. My Greatness Inside of Me, 198433. How you doing, brother? Raw Black, 59. Tianlo Logan. S. Mac. Dark Void. Joel Gillette. Marvin. Hello. Anne. Dark Blade. Letty Pat. Richard Copeland. YouTube LLC. James Simmons. Welcome, everybody. If I skipped you, you know I love you. I didn't mean to skip anybody. We have a brother on tonight. It's just going to be myself and Vigilante Salazar on the panel tonight, and we're just going to talk about a couple of different topics. And I want you to go to his new channel and subscribe to him. Hello, Queen True Royal, Deja, the African Goddess, you know, all of the people. Cap, how are you? It's just going to be us on the panel, just doing like a one-on-one type of interview and just going over a few topics. So just sit back and enjoy. He was concerned about F-bombs. We're not concerned about that around here. We're going to be ourselves. That's all. Nobody can take that away from you. Just be yourself. All right. So we're going to start out, ladies and gentlemen. You know, recently I have gone to a few hangouts, and I'm not going to lie to you. There are some hangouts that I go to and I end up leaving. And I leave out of frustration. What really disturbs me is when people make claims of something not being real. And just from the way they're talking, I know they didn't do any actual research and they have no clue to what they're talking about. So we're going to cover some of those topics that many of our people are putting videos out here claiming is not true. All right, so let's try to put some of that stuff to rest. All right, brother, you ready?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. All right. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, okay?
Okay.
Let me go in here. Okay. All right. Just use that one. Share. Present to everybody. Here we go. All right. All right. Some of you may know this, some of you may not. When they first started bringing slaves in, many of them came out of Nigeria. And these Nigerian slaves were Igbo, Ibo, Igbo, and Hebo. All of these people were actual Hebrews. And when they put up the first signs in America, they weren't saying Negro. Negro actually came later. But when they first brought the first few over from the ships, they were called Hebos. Hebos is like a slang term for Hebrew. That's what they were called, Hebos. So when you look at this little old sign from the 1600s, it doesn't say anything about Negro. All right. Now I'm going to take this a few steps further. This is a plaque at a cemetery called Africatown. Africatown is in Alabama. All right. So this old plateau cemetery, Africatown graveyard sign. The old plateau cemetery known as the Africatown graveyard is the final resting place of enslaved Africans, African Americans, and a buffalo soldier, which you should know what they are because I did plenty of presentations on the buffalo soldiers. The burial ground dates back to 1876, 16 years after Africans arrived on the Clotilda. The Clotilda, ladies and gentlemen, was a slave ship. Okay. In fact, it was the very last slave ship to come with slaves to America, which was one of the last documented slave ships to leave Africa for the Americas. The northern area of the slave graveyard is the older section where the remains of the Clotilda survivors have been found through an archaeological preservation project directed by the College of William and Mary. The historic annals of Africatown are chiseled upon tombstones in this grave. Now I'm going to show you this news clip that came out of Alabama. They actually found the remains, what they believe is the remains of the Clotilda. So I want you to listen to this. Is only 2 minutes and 43 seconds.
Tonight, archaeologists say a local journalist may have located the wreckage of the Clotilda, a ship that carried the last known illegal shipment of slaves to the U.S.
Those held captive on that ship later formed Africatown just north of downtown Mobile. NBC 15's Christian Jennings has more on this fascinating story.
Christian, what's left of the ship lies in the Mobile-Tensaw Delta, right?
That's right, Greg. And today I caught up with AL.com reporter Ben Rains, who made this remarkable discovery earlier this month. He shared with us the video you're about to see of his find that's only accessible by boat. It was January 2nd when Ben Rains hopped in a boat and pulled up to this island in the lower Mobile-Tensaw Delta, just north of Mobile. On this day, there was an extremely low tide brought on by the bomb cyclone that blasted the East Coast.
25 degrees. It was pretty miserable. There was ice around the boat and all, but the water was so low that I was able to see it.
After talking with people in the community and going through historical records, he was able to locate what could be the Clotilda, the last ship to bring slaves to the U.S. 50 years after importing slaves was made illegal. The Clotilda brought more than 100 Africans to Mobile in 1859.
So right now, it's a circumstantial case, but it's a really good one. What we have, the ship is actually, I found it right around where the captain of the ship says he burned it back in 1860, which is a hugely important place to start. Then the construction techniques are exactly right. I took a shipwright up there.
Now archaeologists are tasked with developing a plan to explore the unseen.
The shipwright thinks there's 10 more feet of ship down below the mud because the ship will only burn down to the waterline. So we may actually have the pens where the slaves, the captives were held.
Robert Battles is the former director of the Africatown Welcome Center, a town created by those held captive on the Clotilda.
Our history is our greatest asset.
He was delighted to hear of a possible discovery with such historical significance.
What you did in the midst of Jim Crow, segregation, and Reconstruction, they built a free community. Run by Africans, controlled by Africans, and monitored. They kept our tradition and religion.
Such a cool story. Now, to read more on the history of the Clotilda and its voyage, visit our website, mynbc15.com. Rains says if archaeologists are able to confirm that this is indeed that slave ship, he'd love to see it in a museum in the Africatown community one day. In the newsroom, Christian Jennings, NBC 15 News.
All right. Did everybody hear that? All right. Did everybody hear that? All right. I'm looking. I'm looking. Okay. So I'm going to go to this next plaque that is in Africatown. Now, there are some YouTubers out here that claim that the slaves being Hebrew, and they're really doubt it, or they don't believe it at all, or they feel there is no evidence that slaves were Hebrew. I've heard this from several YouTubers, including some that claim these folks know what they're doing and they're so smart. Well, when I listen to them, they actually don't sound so smart to me. Okay. They don't sound too smart to me, but I'll just take your word that they are claiming they are smart. Okay. So now let's go to this next plaque. Free Blacks of Israel Hill. You want to know why they called it Israel Hill? Anybody want to take a wild guess? Okay, let's get into it. This was named after the slaves that were actually Israelites. And if you see circled in red, you see right on this sign that's in Africatown, in a location within Africatown called Israel Hill. And it says these Israelites and other free African Americans worked as farmers, craftspeople. Okay, so these were people that actually lived and settled the town. And if you just Google this, Israel Hill is still there. And some of the old historical churches are still there. Okay, everything is still there. So you can see this for yourself. Nobody is pulling your leg when they say these slaves, these enslaved people were Israelites. Many of them were. Okay, I mean, and I'm going to show you more evidence. I'm going to show you more. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So the next time you go on a YouTuber's website and they claim there's no evidence of this, you can tell them, yes, there is. All right. This is a website called slavevoyages.org. This website, believe it or not, before the slaves were taken and brought here and other parts of the world, like over in the Arab world, they recorded the actual names of the slaves. And I want you to look very close at how many have the Heavenly Father's name, Yah, in their name. This was something that was a very common practice among Hebrews. You always, when somebody spoke your name, they also spoke the name of the Heavenly Father. Okay. And as you can see, it tells you the actual name. It tells you the age of the slave. It lets you know what the sex is. It'll tell you if it's a boy, girl, man, woman, and it tells you the origins. Now, here's a Ibu, Hebo, which is short for Hebrew. It's just a slang way of saying it. And you can see like this slave came out of Mozambique. This one came out of Lagos, which is Nigeria. But you can see every one of them got the name Yah in their name. Okay, you can see it right here, and it's page after page. I have to make this stuff up. So one thing about America kept meticulous records on slavery. They really did. So this stuff can still be found. And also you can go to the Library of Congress online, and they have everything. Bills of sales, which I'm going to show you next, a bill of sales. And they have the actual slave recordings, like thousands of slave recordings from the actual slaves of what it was like to be on the plantation. And some of them were hard. I listened to this one man, and he was in his 90s by the time they interviewed him. And he said if he knew he was going back into slavery, he would put a bullet in his head and end it all. He would never go through it again. Okay, this is what a bill of sales looked like. This is a man that his name was Henry Johnson. November 29th, 1838, he bought 84 slaves. Now, when they wrote these bills of sales out, it looked like a letter. It looked like an actual letter, but here it is. Here's the bill of sales right here. And you can see the person that bought it. This is a certified copy. It was 1838, and he bought 84 slaves. And they wrote it out, very meticulous here. You can see right here, Joseph, 22 years old, Harry, 40. So they wrote every single slave name and the age of the slave in the bill of sales. And this is how it was all done. So you will see all 84 slaves, their age, when they were sold to this man. All right. And this is how it is. And even when you go to the Library of Congress, you'll see the same type of bill of sales. It's written out the same way. All right. I mean, this is our history. And this information is out there, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. And everybody should know this stuff. And I'm astonished at how many people don't know, but they'll get on a hangout and say, y'all ain't no Hebrews and slaves were never Hebrews. And they'll say stuff like that. And I'm like, what are they silly? What's wrong with these people? Why do you make videos screaming all this false stuff and you haven't even looked? That's so annoying. And now I have gotten to the point, like I said, I don't even listen to those hangouts anymore. When they get on a roll about something's not real and I know it is real, I just have to just get out of that hangout. I'm not interested anymore. All right, brother.
Okay.
We're gonna get into, I don't know, do you want to add anything to this?
No, actually, I'm sucking it all in right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually sucking it all in, and I'm kind of curious where are we going with it? I mean, what
where we're going with this is just, I have heard a lot of things that were incorrect in hangouts when people talk about slavery. And I went to one, when was it?
You want my take on it? What I think about it all?
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, first off, if we just, I mean, all of this is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if we just go back to the Bible,
yes,
I mean, it's clear. I mean,
it's very clear.
It's I don't know any other group of people that will identify with being the actual Hebrew Israelites other than the black people that are here, according to biblical records.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we can do, go through documentation from the archives and museums and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it's biblical already. So, we got all of these different schools of thoughts, just like you would say. Okay, you go on some hangouts and you got people. And that's one of the things that I guess that's one of the big things that I have.
Mm-hmm.
One of the big pet peeves that I have.
Okay.
My focus, my intentions is saving black people as a whole. And a lot of times that could be very difficult because like earlier today, I had one subscriber come in and say, we're not black and why are we calling ourselves black? And you might want to go check out Dane Calloway. Okay. I watched all Dane Calloway's videos.
Mm-hmm.
I know where he's getting all his information from. Now, because I'm from Louisiana, I kind of already knew a lot of the stuff that he was talking about. All right. But when you got black people that are subscribing to Hebrew Israelite, Nation of Islam, and then at one time, I had some friends that were Nawapian.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, me personally, I think it's just all the tactic. I'm not saying what's not true or what's not false. What I'm saying is I think it's a tactic because we're spending too much time arguing amongst each other. And not only is it broken down in different groups, but it's gotten to a point now it's gender based. So now we got black men and black women fighting each other. I don't know how we're gonna get out of this if that's going on. Now, if you subscribe to biblical text, then of course, okay, us as Hebrews in the past, we disobeyed the Most High, and as a result of that, this is our punishment. And I would assume that at this point, some of us will start getting our minds together and looking at things in that perspective. So I've heard YouTubers say bad things about Hebrew Israelites. You know, it's hard to get to them. They this and that, they that and they this. Okay. And then some of them will, you know, and I agree with that, you know, that when they say, well, it's not much or nothing you can do if this is something that the Most High is doing. And see, that's what I agree with. I agree with that. It's we can fight all we want, but if the Most High have set this to be the way it is, it's just going to be the way it is. There's nothing we can do about that. He's in control of it all.
That's
so
right.
when he's saying that when Esau or Edomites, when their time is up, there's nothing they really can do about it because he's in control of it all. But my thing is, what can I do to get us all just to be one family? Now, my background, I do have what would be considered Native American, all right? But I don't like to bring that up for that reason, okay? Growing up, we still subscribe to biblical text. Although we were told that, okay, you got Native American ancestry, but we still subscribe to biblical text. So even myself, I would still consider myself a Hebrew Israelite. So my thing is, how can we all just get along and love each other and not tear each other down? Now, some would say, well, if you're not walking in the right faith, then that's wrong. And I would assume that if that person is not walking in the right faith, whatever consequences come behind it, I mean, that's something that they would have to deal with. But my whole objective is getting melanated people together and loving each other, just respecting each other and kind of, you know, chill out with all the attacking each other. And I've seen it so many times. The same way you say, you go on one website or one hangout is this, you go on one person's channel is this. It got to the point you had individuals that would literally put together debating matches, two black people debating each other. I don't understand that. I never did understand that. You know,
we're not going to debate our way out of this, all of this oppression.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's I don't know. I don't know. I never understood that. My thing is this: if you are black, regardless of what you're subscribing to, let's just say you had a Hebrew Israelite in the car, a Nawapian, a Pan-Africanist, and one person that believes that he's a Native American. All right, they all riding in the car. Cop pulled them over. You think the cop gonna ask them what religion they subscribe to? No, he's just looking at this all black people. And if I'm sent to kill them, I'm gonna kill them all. So
I agree.
I don't know. I never got that. Why are we not getting along with each other? Now, if a person is not subscribing to your religion, and if that is disobeying the Most High, he will have to deal with that. He would have to deal. That would be his own. Everybody got to face the man themselves. So he would have to deal with that.
Yeah, I agree. So no, this is just like a little history lesson. That's all. You know, it's just so many people are saying so many different things. But I guess what frustrates me is too many people are out here saying things. And when I listen to them, I know, you know, they're just totally incorrect.
And you know what?
I just now I got to the point where I just back out of the hangout and I just go, because I just don't want to get into a big old debate with people there, because
exactly,
you know, you got some people and they have followings that are almost cult-like. So
Lisa, see What you just said is phenomenal. That listen, there are individuals out here. I think I narrowed it all down, to be honest with you. I don't think I watch anybody else's channel other than yours and Professor Black True. I just kind of narrow it down. I've had individuals that I was really supporting, you know, Patreon and everything. I think that our struggle has become entertainment. I think our struggle has become something. I will admit I got a street pass. All right. I left that to come into this. Okay. Trying to get myself straight and then bring other people into that fold. As I come into this so-called Black conscious community, if that's what you want to call it, I don't see it no different than drug dealing. Drug dealing, you're selling drugs and you're selling somebody something to escape reality. They're using a drug to escape reality, or they're trying to mask whatever pains they have. Then I come into the Black conscious community and I'm seeing information junkies and people selling information. There are individuals out there have been caught up for frauding, promising Black people this, promising them that, and people are blindly following them, giving them money. That's something I didn't want to do. I didn't want to be a part of. That's one reason why I always was retracting about really just getting famous with this. I want to be genuine, and I'm trying to figure out how you walk a middle ground with all of this. It's a very difficult thing to do. That's something I'm still trying to discover. How could I do this? How could I get all of us together as Black people and just be one family? Okay, even in my own intermediate family, I got Jehovah's Witness, me. Well, most of the youngsters, I would say people like me, my cousins and all us, we sort of lean towards the Hebrew Israelite. We lean more towards that. But we got family members that are non-denominational, African Methodist, Jehovah's Witness. So my thing is, you know, what do I do with them?
Right.
You know, how do I deal with them? Do I just say cut them off? They're still my blood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're still my blood. The thing is this. All I can look at is this. If I think that I'm walking the right walk, they think they're walking the right walk, I cannot impose my ideas on them. They can't impose theirs on me. In other words, if I believe in that I'm doing what the Most High wants me to do, and this is the true Most High, I cannot allow them to take me off course.
Right.
And if they're believing the same thing, they're not going to allow me to take them off course. And to be honest with you, if you're trying to do that, in my opinion, that's almost doing what the white man did. He basically just imposed himself on everybody and say, screw your beliefs. You're going to believe what I tell you to believe. And if I go around doing the same thing, I'm no different than the white man. My thing is, my cousin, aunties, whatever the case may be, if they are Jehovah's Witness and I don't subscribe to that, you know, I can look at that and say, you know, y'all really doing some weird stuff. I don't agree with that. It's just not right. But if they're on that track, they're not going to get off it. And the thing about when you start believing certain things and you get that deeply ingrained into the subconscious mind, it's going to get protected because that's a part of your human survival to have certain things in your subconscious mind that you're supposed to value that keeps you alive as a species. So a lot of times that's not quite dealing with logic. All right. The white men have realized that and knew how to corrupt that, take out what the Most High actually had in there and replace it with something else. So I would tell a lot of people, you know, we started off as individuals that God actually created. But then when the white man got a hold of us, he turned us into niggas. The same way when he got a hold to natural grapes, he took the seeds out. Pretty much anything that was natural and of God, he undid that.
Right.
That includes human beings, animals. Now he's crossing up animals. You got hybrid animals out here. Everything that he puts his hand on, he's undoing it. The thing is, like what you said, there are people out here that got cult followings, and looking from the outside looking in, it looks dangerous, especially if you know that these individuals could be leading these people to death. And this battle that we are in is not just so much of a physical battle. It's spiritual. So if you screwed up in the physical world, it could lead on to something other than that. You know what I'm saying? It can go farther than that. So this is very serious. My thing is, how can I get to all Black people and just save us all?
I don't think you can save us all. The only thing we can do out here on platforms like YouTube and Black Junction is to appeal to the people that are willing to listen. You know what I want you to do, brother? Post something out in the chat. That way we can get to your new channel.
Okay.
You just say hello or.
Let's see. I got multiple devices going on here. So
Okay. Now, Vigilante Salazar has a new channel. His old channel is down. You can go out to his channel. Those of you that may have difficulty getting to his channel, I'm going to post a link. Here's his new channel. And
you remember that first video I did? I think you did a video talking about the China was also dealing with the opioid problem as well.
Yes.
And then I made one. I was just riding around and I just thought it was interesting, so I just made a video about it. And then you asked. I think that's another thing. I want to give you a thing. I think you helped my channel grow.
Okay.
Based on that one thing that you did. So before my channel got shut down, I had all of my subscribers. I was telling them to give you great things. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate what you did. And then also heard Tareen Reigns also talk about how you were giving him information about, you know, stories to do. And he was like, once you do your own thing, and here it is, you got a big platform. So I give you much respect for that. I like what you're doing. I like your content. Like I said, it's probably you and Professor Black Truth is the only person that I really look at.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of people that I used to subscribe to, and I kind of backed off from it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you said, there's a lot of things going in multiple ways. But me personally, from my background, from what I was told growing up, yes, I was told about the Native American stuff. I've done a little research in it and at home before moving out here to North Carolina. I've watched a lot of Dane Calloway's videos, some stuff that I would agree with, but at the same time, I don't know no other people that could fit the description of Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible other than us.
Exactly.
I don't know nobody else can fit that. So
yeah,
looking at it all, summing it all up, I come to one conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
We're dealing with a deceiver. We're dealing with Satan. He's a master deceiver. And as long as we're still playing into this, what I'm thinking, long as we're still playing into this, we're not getting anywhere. I just want us all to get together. I want us all to start understanding that we're still family. Now, in that video that I did, the one that you put on your channel to kind of put out, and that kind of like gave me a little bit more exposure.
Mm-hmm.
I said in that video, there's family members you will not be able to save. You only can find people that's just like you, think like you, on the same path as you, and you move forward. You do what you all can do together because you're all on the same page. At least that little individual group is not fighting each other.
Right.
Maybe that will lessen the fighting. So if we got one group over here that's thinking that they supposed to do this way, cool. Kudos to you. I won't impose my ideas on you. You don't try and impose your ideas on me. We'll continue doing what we're doing, the stuff that we're talking about, the stuff that we're about, and we'll continue doing it that way. Now, when we get to the finish line, that's going to tell us who's real and who's not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and that's something whether people label themselves Christian, Muslim, Hebrew, we still got one common enemy, don't we?
Exactly.
It's no different.
But at the same time, I don't think I'll just subscribe to no. I'm not subscribing to no white man's religion.
Neither am I.
Do that.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's the thing. That's the gray area. That's what I'm saying. It's a very gray area. What we're dealing with here is we're dealing with a master deceiver, and I think most of us is not looking at that. We're dealing with a master deceiver. So there are some people I see them on to that, and I'm like, I don't know what you're getting out of that. I mean, if you look at it for what it is, you had a group of people enslave you. They did not want you to run. They had slave patrol to go chase you down, go catch you. But then they give you a religion. You got to question that. I don't know no enemy going to give you ammunition to save yourself or fight him back.
Right.
So my logic would tell me, I don't think this man is going to give me no worthwhile religion.
You know what? Let me tell you a little story. I remember going to church with my parents when I was little, and I would look up and see the white Jesus. You know how black churches will always have those stained glass white Jesus in the window.
Yeah.
And one day I looked at my mom and I said, how come I never met any white people like this?
Exactly. I think you
Keep
said that
telling me
before. I remember that.
Jesus is love. Jesus is, you know,
I
he's
think
your
you said that
salvation.
before. I agree with you.
And then I
You
said,
said
when
that before. You did. You said, I think you said it before, and I agree with you. Because my thing is that you walking around talking about Jesus is good, but you white people, y'all white like him, but y'all not. Y'all
right,
not good like him.
I knew something wasn't right.
It's
Because
not
I was
right.
like, I ain't never met no one like that before, and they were white. And I was like, something ain't right here. And I mean, I caught on to that as a child. I knew something wasn't right. I was like,
And
my
you know what else? You know something else? My military background kind of like had me in places where I was exposed to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
This is another reason why I lean toward, and I hate to see this is the thing. I got a channel. If I just come out and say, you know what, I'm Hebrew Israelite, like you said, I'm going to get a text, and I'm trying to stop. I'm trying to prevent all of that. I'm trying to get us, look, can we just free ourselves and stop fighting all the time? So I'm trying to walk a narrow path, and it's a very difficult thing to do. But what I learned is this: the elites treat their so-called white Gentiles badly. Now, the white Gentiles don't understand that. And a lot of them been voting against their own interests. They will support these elites thinking they're going to get some trinkets. But what I've learned, the elites know that they got a Pacific bloodline that they try to protect.
Mm-hmm.
Now, most would say that's the bloodline of Satan. So if that's true, it would make sense that us so-called black African Americans here in America, we have to be the true Hebrew Israelites, because that is also a bloodline. And most people would say, well, why did these Africans sell other Africans? Maybe they was not selling other Africans. Maybe we was a little bit different. So most of us would say the Hebrew is something special about us. And then when you really look at it, the black people in America, I think we have a little bit more influence on the world than any other black people. And I'm not just blowing our horn or anything, but
no, that's true.
We have a little bit more influence. It's something that, I had my cousin on the phone earlier. I did a video earlier because her dad is from Nigeria. He's part of the Igbo tribe. Okay, so there was a Nigerian individual that said that they kept one of my videos. So I wanted to give that person thanks in their own native language. And me not knowing, any African languages, my cousin actually been to the motherland. So she went, all throughout Nigeria. So she understands that. She actually connected with her people over there. Okay. But I strongly believe that there's a bloodline. There's something special about us, because even when he came here, they will give some of them a little, they'll give them a leg up. And some Africans sometimes they'll come here and they kind of look down on us, but they'll give them a leg up. There were some things that he was able to get that most of us here could not get. So I always looked at that like, okay, well, what is it about these black people that's already here that pretty much fought for everybody? We got dogs sicked on us, water hoses, all kinds of stuff, lynchings, hangings, and then all foreigners can come over here and just get all kinds of stuff that we actually fought for, and we're still at the bottom of the totem pole. Mm-hmm. There's something special about us. There's something special about us. I think it is some type of bloodline. And that would pretty much put us being the actual true Hebrew Israelites.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Now, you said your cousin was Igbo, right?
Her dad.
Okay.
Her dad is.
Do you know the Igbos at one time historically were known as being the smartest people on earth?
Yeah, you know what? I did a video and I could not upload it, and I'm still it screwed up somehow. And I actually asked somebody if they knew anything about. I recorded a screenshot on my QuickTime, and I actually had that in there, and I pinpointed this specific about the Hebrew Israelites, that they were something unique. They came and gave Africans, they gave a lot of other people sciences that they did not have. That's what I'm saying. There's something different about them. Although we may have melanated skin and stuff like that, there's some difference about us. They had some information that everybody else didn't have. I mean, even right now, I mean, there are still some original, you know, people that are still in Africa right now that are Hebrew Israelite. There's still some over there now.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot of tribes over there right now. You know, we are scattered. We're not lost. We're just scattered.
Scattered, yeah. That's it. And there's a distinction between them from everybody else. See, a lot of Caucasians would like to throw that, oh, you people living in mud huts, you this and that. No, not those people. They had science. They wouldn't like that. In fact, they was teaching them a little bit stuff that they did not even know.
Okay, I got one person that says they can't hear you. Can everybody hear Vigilante? Give me a 1 if you can hear him, because I can hear him just fine. Is there anyone else that's having a problem hearing him? Anybody?
What? Hey, what about now?
Is it better? Oh, 1. No, I'm getting 1s.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you. They're giving me 1, so they can hear you.
Yeah, it's a spiritual battle that we're dealing with.
A little low. Some people are saying a little low, and some, you know, but the majority are saying they hear you just fine.
I got my voice completely next to the phone, so
okay. Yeah, it is spiritual, brother. It is. And even our adversaries know it's spiritual. Many of them know too.
Well, yeah, that's the reason why they're doing what they're doing. See, this is the thing. You got your average everyday Caucasoids out here. They don't know no better. The elites, they know all of this. They got all of this information here in the Vatican. They know all of this. And in fact, that's how the world is ruled. It's ruled by secrecy. They have secret societies. And when they come together, they don't just let anybody in, not even white people. They don't just let anybody in. They know about this. They know that there's a bloodline, and I know it's a bloodline because they are particular about bloodlines. They are very particular about bloodlines. So and the thing is, when you're really looking at genetics and DNA, it carries certain things. It carries certain intelligence and stuff like that. So they, in my opinion, I would say that they got a bloodline that really connects them to satanic forces. It makes them easy. It makes them easy to be possessed. It's easy for demonic forces to come in and rule this physical world by possessing them, and they carrying a certain bloodline that allows that. Yeah. Well, the same opposite is because we're dealing with opposites here. There is an opposite. So who would be that opposite? It couldn't be nobody else but the black people in America, because we get the most stomping on than anybody. Yeah, they really focus in on us. Like, I mean, they would let a lot of any other foreigners, even some Africans, sometimes they can come over here. They fine. Jamaicans, they can come over here. They're fine. It's specifically us. So I do believe that there was a slave trade. In some cases, like Dan Calloway would say, it was told in reverse. Yeah, I've read some things about, they had a lot of it that going on. But because I'm from Louisiana, and when you're looking at Mardi Gras, that's what you're looking at. You're looking at that's why Louisiana right now it is known for having voodoo. Now, where do you think that come from? That came from Africa. So a lot of that, they were bringing African slaves over here, but some would say that, nah, not a whole lot. There is some evidence that it was done in reverse. The thing is, I try not to get too far off into that. The thing is about salvation. So if I'm going to look at this in a biblical context, I don't know no other group of people will be considered the real true Hebrew Israelites. And then, in fact, there are so-called white Khazar, Akhenaten white Jews that have went on record and said the truth. They're rabbis. They have said the truth themselves.
Some rabbis.
Exactly. The thing is this though. We as all black people, all of us, anybody that's oppressed, we just need to know what we're dealing with. You're dealing with you're dealing with someone that's a master deceiver. And because they've been given because they've been given power and authority over the planet, they have a way of corrupting everything. And that's what we got to get really, really keen on. We got to understand what they're doing. Now, if you want to walk that walk and be a follower of white Jesus, I'm not going to try to impose myself on you, because I'm not going to let you impose yourself on me. If I think I'm doing something right, I'm going to continue to do that. And I'm not going to try to impose myself on you. The thing is, when we both get to the finish line, that's when we both going to find out who was following the falsehood and who was following what's real.
Yeah. Two things I want to bring up. Number one, those elites are Luciferian.
Exactly.
You know that. Number two, you said something very interesting in one of the videos I listened to today. You said, white people themselves are like, I'm not saying that the exact way you said it, but you said white people themselves are like vessels, and the demons just go in and out of them to control them.
Well,
and I said, I never thought about it that way.
Well, here's the deal. Like I said, I'm from Louisiana. All right. I don't like talking about that. It's spooky. I don't really like talking about it. It's some otherworldly stuff. It's spooky. All right. But if anyone did some research on why is it that African shamans, African voodoo priests find albino human body parts very valuable when they're doing their magic, you got to ask yourself, what is it about these albino human body parts that they see to be so highly valuable? And then you got a race of people that are pretty much albinos, if we want to look at them that way. But there it is. I also did videos talking about their genetics. They're carrying MAOA1 gene, which is responsible for aggression. The SARA gene is responsible for all of the sick behavior that they have. You had an individual talking about his physiological makeup in his brain. His frontal lobe is not active. A calcified pineal gland. You can't help but to be a damn vessel. How are you even walking with all of that? Where do you come from?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. You walking around, you have a negative relationship with the sun. You have genetics. Here's the deal. If you're looking at a human being, you're looking at a real human being. If you're looking at someone that got some melanin and some color, we should have essence in us. We should have some soul in us. And part of that is having emotions, having feelings, having love and respect for people. But when you're looking at in the animal kingdom, they don't behave like that. Animals are all about their sex drive and eating. Who they're going to have sex with to procreate and finding food. And that's pretty much an animal. All right. So animals are very competitive. There's too much resources on the world for us to be competing all the time. I mean, how much money does Bill Gates really need? How much money does Warren Buffett really need? So these people are gobbling up everything. That's an animal trait. You see that's what animals do. They do the same thing. Wolves even do that. Wolves will go out through the wilderness and just kill animals for no reason. They fight in packs and then they fight among themselves, stuff like that. So when you got someone that has Neanderthal genetics in them, that's an animal. And it's crazy how that happens, because in the natural context, you can put a human being and an animal together right now. They can have sex all day long. The chromosomes don't match. They're not going to breed, not in the natural sense. You would literally have to put that in some type of scientific lab and create that. So my question is, first off, how do you get Neanderthal genetics in you? How did you even get that in you? Because I'm knowing that if a Neanderthal run up on a human in the distant past, a Neanderthal saw humans as food, period. They saw them as food.
It was a straight up animal.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
The Neanderthal was a straight up animal.
It was exactly. That's what I'm saying. But what they are talking about, they had admixture. Explain the admixture. So you mean to tell me some black African just saw an animal and decided to have sex with it and started producing a whole race, a whole race with no error? Think about it now.
Right.
Even if one Neanderthal and one black African modern Homo sapien sat down and just say we're gonna have sex, will that one episode produce all of them? I'm sure they'd have some error somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because you're talking about chromosomes that's not matching. Even with a horse and a donkey are coming from the same genus. But when you mix in a horse and a donkey to get a mule, that mule is sterile because it's got 63 chromosomes. It's not adding up. So that means somebody had to put them in the lab somewhere and create this.
That's exactly.
So with that being said, now the question is this. You got half human in you and you got half animal in you. So who's overpowering what? Because I know a real human should have a soul. I don't think an animal would probably have that. So if I'm mixing a human and an animal together, is this mixture gonna have a soul or half a soul?
No, it won't.
So if it don't have a soul, that means you're a walking vessel. So what's occupying you?
Right. See, that's the thing, brother. That's why it's believed that they were genetically made in caves, because when the archaeologists went into caves, sometimes they found 2 and 3 different species of subhumans in one cave.
Well, check this out. I did a video before they took it down. There's a scientist by the name of Melba Ketchum. She's a white female. She found out a whole lot of stuff about it. They're related to Bigfoot. And that's what I was saying. Like a lot of us, they would say, you know, white folks did not control, they didn't rule the world for 6,000 years. You know, some would say they had not been on the planet that long. And I agree, they had not been on the planet that long. In fact, the so-called white race didn't quite exist back then. They didn't consider themselves white and stuff like that. So they have went through various stages. And you still see that. I mean, if you ever been to a beach somewhere down in Florida, man, you watch them white men, they walk around taking their shirts off. You think you see apes and shit walking.
With all that hair. Yeah.
I didn't mean to cuss or nothing, but I'm like, man. And then some of them, they have the hair growing out the ears, out their nose. I'm like, gee, why you need all of this extra hair? You ain't in the cold anywhere. And then the crazy thing is this: if you look at a polar bear have a good reason to be the hair to be white, because it needs to camouflage in a snow environment.
Right.
So it's hunting all the time. It's a predator, so it likes to use stealth here and there. It hunt seals and sea lions and stuff like that. So it should be white to disguise itself. But underneath the polar bear is black. But that also makes sense, because if you're in the cold, blackness draws in light, which brings in more heat. So I was puzzled about the part when they started saying that they walked out of Africa and became white. I'm thinking, if I walk out of a hot climate going in a cold climate, I should turn even blacker so that I can draw in more sunlight to warm myself up.
You can debunk that, because the Eskimos, many of them are.
The Eskimos have not turned white yet. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they didn't turn white. So that can't be true.
So getting back to everything, getting back to the point, we're still dealing with this is a spiritual battle, but it's played out on the physical battlefield. And it's like pawns of a chess game. I think that that's what this is all about. I think that they are vessels. I could be wrong. I don't know.
No, I don't think you're wrong. You know, this is what cracks me up, what you see on the screen. Do you know how many times I brought up this evolution chart to white people and they actually had a meltdown on me?
Well, if I knew I was made in a came out of a petri dish, I'd be mad too if you exposed that to the world.
Every time when they say they're human, and I was like, no, you're a hybrid. How? Oh, I can't believe you said that. I can't believe you said that.
Listen.
You put out this chart. Now, we didn't put this shit out. You put this shit out, and you put it in every elementary school around this country that said you started out as a monkey, you became all these subhumans until you became what you are today, modern man. You don't.
And that goes back to what I was saying the other day. Remember, I think you it was a video before they took everything down. It was a video, and I saw you in the comment. You said that they want to go back to the 50s because I was talking about they won't progress.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. They have went through the evolution. It's it. There's nothing else that they can morph into. I mean, it's it.
Right.
They
Right.
can't do nothing but devolve. They have evolved to the apex. They can't do nothing else now but devolve. So
Yeah.
they put that information out, and then when you tell them you are a hybrid, now you considered a racist and you talking hate speech. But
Yeah.
the thing is this: there are white scientists that have also said the same thing. But my question would always be this: when they say that they're not a hybrid, if you are not 100% something, I don't care if you 0.99, it don't matter. You are not 100% of what that is.
Yes.
You cannot completely claim it all. So if you are not 100% pure human, what other word are we going to give you?
Right. And
Other than hybrid or subhuman. I don't know what other word. Is there another word you have?
they'll say, I mean, we're all human. We're all part of the human race. I said, now black people are part of the human race, but you're a bunch of hybrids.
And then you know what? That goes back to what I was saying earlier about the elites got a specific bloodline. And I think we have a specific bloodline. And one of my videos I uploaded today, I put some Bible passages in there, and it's about interracial dating. And I put Bible passages in there where the Bible is saying we should not be breeding with these people.
That's right.
Now, here's the deal. That goes back to confirm more information that maybe perhaps if folks out there just don't want to agree with that we are Hebrew Israelites, look at it this way. The Bible pretty much identifies us, all right? And then it also says we should not be mixing with these heathens, all right? Now, look at this. A white woman can get a disease where her blood will begin to attack her baby based on the baby having a totally different bloodline from her.
Right.
Totally different blood type from her. All right. That is a natural thing. Her body is basically telling her this is a foreign object. Why is it even in here? This shouldn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's if there's no doctors around, let's just say there's no doctors around, and you got some mixed couple going on and they swirling, and this white woman got a black man's baby and the blood type is different. Her body goes into defense and try to kill a child. The first time it might be successful, but then after that, the body begin to build up antibodies. And that's telling you it's a natural thing because the body starts building up antibodies, expecting for it to come again, that they'll have a stronger fight. So sometimes they might get away with it with the first baby, but that second baby, no, it is really fighting. So what the doctors would do will weaken the immune system to let this happen. So nature itself is telling us you shouldn't be mixing with these damn people.
Right.
There's nothing, you should not be mixing with them. And then when they're saying we all the same blood, well, if I need a blood transfusion and you give it to me and you not the same blood type, guess what's gonna happen to me? And if it don't mix right, I'm dead.
That's right.
We ain't the same. That I don't know. It's scientifically we're not the same.
No.
So I don't know. It's people out here, you know, and then because they have corrupted us, and that's another thing that they was doing during slavery, which tells me that there's a specific bloodline that they was looking at. They wanted to corrupt that bloodline by mixing their nasty, faulty, recessive genetics in it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, and did you ever see, let me show you this. Did you ever see this?
I'm not seeing it on. Hold on. Okay. Surprising 20% of Neanderthal genome lives on in. Okay, yeah. All right, it's on the other screen. 20%. Surprising 20% of Neanderthal genome lives on in modern human scientists find. Well, of course, if it's living in white folks.
Right. Let me show you the other one. This came out actually in 2014, where they admitted that they had up to 20% Neanderthal in modern humans today.
Now, what would you find significant about that?
You know, because, you know, all of my life, they would tell me 6%. I would hear other people say 2% Neanderthal. And no defense, when I look at them, and you have to admit this, when you look at some of them, some of them damn near look like a full Neanderthal.
I did a video today, and I took some clips from forensic files where this white man was married to a black woman, and he ended up killing the black woman. He got off with that murder, and later on killed his own daughter, which was his biracial daughter or mixed daughter, however you want to put that. And his high IQ just wasn't working for him that day because he still got caught. But looking at this dude, everything about him is orange, like straight up orangutan. Like you can see them, that Neanderthal genetics in him is very pronounced. Now, the reason why I ask you what's significant about the 20% is this. There is like anywhere between, I might have this mistaken. It may be 3 to 6% different between a woman and a man. And that's a significant difference because women have estrogen, mostly estrogen. Men are producing mostly testosterone. Women a little bit more emotional. There's a difference. I can see a woman. I don't need to put her under a microscope. I can see a woman from a mile away and see her hips and her curve and know that's a woman. I don't need to put her in under a microscope. So that means that 3 to 6% difference is significant.
Mm-hmm.
It's visibly significant. So when you're saying somebody got 20% animal in them, you're dealing with a damn werewolf at this point. And I don't think black folks understand that.
Yeah.
That's why if a cop is pulling me over, I don't start reciting Moorish science, and that's another group, the Moorish science. Oh, I'm free and all of this, and you can't do this. I look at that cop like that's a damn werewolf, and I don't want to piss him off and have him busting all out of his clothes and kill me.
Yeah.
You trigger the wrong thing, and his human side go to sleep, and he running straight Neanderthal.
Mm-hmm.
All hell finna break loose.
Yeah.
I don't think that's another thing. I don't think black folks are fully, we use psychological projection. We deal with these people like we're dealing with our brothers, our sisters, our cousins. No, dude, this person is a damn werewolf you're dealing with. He's not fully human. What about that Neanderthal side just doesn't go to sleep? It's there, it's doing something, it's in him. I don't think a lot of us even really look at that when we're dealing with them. That's why I don't think that they can feel anything. How could they? Shit, you have animals.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got pet dogs in here. They'll tear you up and they don't give a shit afterwards. They don't care. They just do it and they don't care.
I have seen two dogs damn near maul each other over a morsel of food. I have seen that.
My dogs do that all the time. I have to feed them and I have to literally stand between them.
Mm-hmm. And that's just their natural instinct.
That's their natural instincts. I can't get mad. That's why I don't do nothing about it. I just get between them. I know they're gonna do it. Shit, there's nothing I can do about it. That's who they are. Mm-hmm. And that's what I fault black people for. Why are y'all trying to make animals behave like humans? You are human. Just be a human and look at the fact that you're a human dealing with an animal. I would be stupid to try to convince my dog to start driving a damn car. They would lock me up in the insane asylum. He can't do that. So that's why they get mad. That's why white folks get mad. Like they really want to tell you, just leave us alone. We can't do no more than what we're doing. This is who we are. When y'all going to accept this shit?
And I think the biggest fault that our people have, we keep appealing to them like they have a real strong human side, not realizing they really don't.
If these people have been doing this stuff for the last 400 years, common sense should tell you if they ain't changed in shit 50 years, they ain't gonna fucking change.
That's right. That's like your dog changed being a dog and
yeah, like I'm gonna wake up the next day and my dog gonna be some kind of super cat or something like shit. And if he do that shit, I'm going straight to Hollywood with him.
Yeah, right. I know that's right. Now, this was another article that I did on my old channel. Oh my God. I think I had about 300 thumbs down from them crackers. They were pissed at me. Where this article came out a long time ago, and it said whites are genetically weaker than blacks. Boy, this sent their asses over the edge.
Well, they know that. The thing with them is, and I tell black people that too. I had some, I got a thing for women. I really respect women. I love women.
Mm-hmm.
And, there are some female YouTubers out there that kind of like they may be a little hard on women, but I never heard you or seen anything that you do with throwing a black man under the bus. I never known for you for doing that. So I respect you for that. But I understand women and I respect them. You know what I'm saying? I know what their real purpose is. And I try to explain it today in the video. Men, we got muscles and stuff like that, and testosterone to be aggressive. We supposed to protect women and our children. That's a natural thing we're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
there are people out there that think otherwise. But I was explaining, women have strength that men don't have. I was explaining that. Y'all live longer than us. There's a lot of other genetic things that y'all can do that men just cannot do.
Mm-hmm.
And men take that wrong. They take that bad. I don't think that's a bad thing. If I knew I came from a woman, I feel good about it. Shit, I came from a strong black woman. That's something to be proud of. I don't know. I guess it's an ego thing. But comparing that to Caucasoids, they're the same way. Oh, how could y'all be stronger than us? Well, actually, you came out of us. You came out of a petri dish, but shit, they used some of our genetics to get you up and running. Shit, you came from us. And then I had one of them tell me, well, what are you gonna do when all the white people are dead? We've been taking care of you people. Like, these people are really delusional. Like, they're seriously delusional, man. This shit is funny sometimes.
Your ass is everything. We taught everything to them.
That's what I was saying. You don't need to explain to them that you come from a sharecropper. They know this. They know this already. They know this already.
Yeah.
It's just funny that they so damn. But the crazy thing is this: their delusion is actually, it's a good thing, because they're not. If you know you're facing death and you're not mentally preparing yourself or prepping yourself or not even trying to prevent it, then it's just going to happen. And from what I see, their delusion is in their way. They're not gonna save themselves. They too damn delusional.
Mm-hmm.
They have a kid shoot up a school. The first thing they say, background checks, regulating laws. Like, y'all really gonna do that? When have y'all ever regulated laws on y'all selves? Like, really? When are y'all gonna do that? Next thing is, put more guns in there. So what? We can have multiple school shootings in one damn day? You don't just arm everybody?
Mm-hmm.
So their way of thinking is pretty much their own downfall. So I just laugh at them now. It's all up to them now. Shit, they
I was trying to explain to my son. I said, it is because of their genetics is why they become addicted to things so much easier than black folks.
That's the SARA gene.
Mm-hmm.
It comes from the Neanderthal. It's a mimicking gene. It's mimicking. That's where it come from.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But they brought it over here. That's what they went in Afghanistan to get.
Yeah, right.
That's what they was over there killing those people for, trying to get it over here. Again, all of this is spiritual stuff, man. It's all spiritual. My thing is getting black people prepared to be new leaders, because even though that Caucasoid may not be walking the face of the earth, his way of thinking is still ingrained in a lot of us.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You got more science, you got Hebrew Israelite, you got black people thinking that they thinking that they're that. Now, the thing is this, it's been written that in the end times, all information is going to flood you. But that's going to also bring confusion, because there's going to be a lot of misinformation and a lot of disinformation. When you're getting a flood of information all at one time, and you have not prepped it all out, it's going to confuse you. So all of this is supposed to happen. The thing is, what I need black people to understand is understand that a lot of this is going to be confusion. Slow down, take things slow right now. Understand that your fight is pretty much over. Nature and the Most High is taking your battles for you. If he set this in stone that, hey, these people are going to rule for X amount of time, and when that X amount of time expires, they're out of here. It ain't shit they can do. I don't care how many tanks or bombs they got. It ain't shit they can do. There's no way they can fight the Most High. All right. So that's just a wrap. I want black people to start looking at the future, because we still might have issues with Asians. We still might have issues with these Mexicans. We still might have issues with these Arabs. And a lot of times we're spending too much time on this Caucasoid, not to mention the power of thought. they like to put false stuff in our head anyway to think things into existence. You can think and think and think things into existence. That's why they keep telling you black on black crime. That shit non-existent. That crime has dropped all throughout America. I know. I was in the streets when it was really going down. I could remember being in the streets. It was like I was living a damn movie. It was dangerous shit going. That shit ain't happening no more. Some of the most hardcore people I know right now, they are Hebrew Israelites, and they were straight up hardcore individuals. They're not that way now. There's an awakening coming on for all of us. And a lot of times that awakening, it's happening so fast. A lot of us, we just clinging to anything. Oh, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Oh, I'm a Moorish. I'm a Moor. It's happening so fast. And all of this information is coming to us so fast. I just need black folks to understand that we need to kind of slow down and rationalize this and separate things, because you're still dealing with deception. But this devil time is up. I strongly believe that. That's just biblical. I believe that time is up. And we as black people need to start reclaiming our throne, reclaiming our natural heritage, who we really are. And because if we don't do that, we still have this white man's way of thinking, his Eurocentric way of thinking. Not only is in other races, it's also in us. There's still going to be some infighting among us.
Yeah.
We still got gender wars, black women saying dusty beta males and all this other stuff.
Yeah, I know.
You know, we still fighting each other. And I'm like, how could we have a damn black race if we kill all the men? How could we have a damn black race if we kill all the damn women?
Right.
It's like a car battery. It's like a car and the battery is not working and the starter is not working, and you saying the damn starter is worse, and then you go get the starter fixed and you still can't crank the damn car because the battery is not working. Or you just say the battery is worse and then you go get the battery fixed but don't fix the starter. You still not gonna get the damn car started. The battery and the starter are equally important. Now, although you might can get it started with a boost off without the battery, but when you turn it off, you better have another person around to boost you back off. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think we're not really looking at logical things anymore. I need the woman needs me. End of story. That should be it. You know what I'm saying? That should be it. If we don't come to that conclusion, we still got everybody else to deal with.
Yeah.
Not to mention the Arabs were some of the, first people that actually was hunting us down, enslaving us. So we can't forget all this. Black people, we on our own in this shit. We in this on our own, man. I don't think we fully. How could you? I mean, if me and my old lady in the house right now fighting, and we fighting with my son, and then there's some people outside coming to kill all of us. How we gonna win? Who do you think gonna win? I mean, even if my son claiming something that I don't like and he don't like what I'm claiming, I'm just gonna tell him, look, boy, right now I'm gonna let you be what you are right now. We're gonna deal with these people outside. But when I get through whipping these people outside ass, then I'm gonna deal with you. We don't even have enough common sense to do that.
You know, they try to bring the gender war to my channel at least once a week, and I have to keep deleting that shit.
That's what I'm saying. We got to get out of this infighting. Seriously, we got to. I mean, even if a person is wrong, I look at a person serving white Jesus. They just love their white Jesus. You know what? Cool. But right now, you just serving. But could you work with me to get rid of this damn white man?
Yeah.
Help me get rid of the damn white man. And if you can do that serving white Jesus, go right ahead on. Now, once we deal with the white man and get him out of the way, and then we both got to go see the Most High, and he tells me what you were doing with this white Jesus wasn't correct. Now that's on you. That's on you after that. You see what I'm saying? I don't think we understanding that.
Yeah.
Your own philosophies and religion will be your own consequences, your own uplift or your own downfall. Right now, we got a common enemy we're not focusing on because we too busy fighting each other all the time.
Now,
so that's my biggest thing. Looking towards the future, getting, I've looked at situations of us going green, because these caucusers really believe that they really believe we need them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, some of us, we got a lot of these black kids that are geniuses that are part of Mensa, the Mensa Club. You know what I'm saying? They're black genius, and this is what always happening. They had a few African kids that had extremely high IQs. white folks love to praise IQs. So we have these black kids that are geniuses. All right. We not taking those black kids. You know where they're going? They're going to Europeans to get what? Europeanized, westernized. So although that black kid may be a genius, he probably ain't gonna do nothing for the black community, because the minute he do something spectacular, some MIT representative gonna go snatch him up and make him feel good and stuff like that. And I look at that even with our son. It's like, you know, he got a lot of white teachers that praise him. They like him so much. Oh, he's so well-mannered. Of course he's well-mannered. What the fuck you mean? So I don't want him to get Europeanized. You know, they just keep praising him and praising him. He start liking it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can turn him, he can potentially become a coon. But living in the house with me, that's probably gonna be a difficult thing. I'll beat the coon out of his ass.
I know, I don't see that happening.
I don't think that's gonna happen. But I understand how they play games. When they see something and anything powerful or value, they want it. When I was in the military, I'm looking at the fact, okay, I'm a black dude, I come from the hood, I got a mouthful of gold teeth. They really didn't care about that shit, man. They looked at certain things and say, we gonna use you. See, when they get to these elites, they just out the power. They will shit on, they'll kill their mama if they got to. They don't give a shit. They just want power. So I understand how they get down with that. But a lot of our genius kids and stuff, a lot of them, man, they get drawn in and we like, why are they cooning shit? You didn't take them from, you let them get sucked in. You let them get sucked in, and they do that. They go around and get these the same way they get NBA players. Pull you out. He plays real good in high school. Don't worry about going to school. Don't worry about doing your homework. I got this. I got white privilege. Just go mess with some white girls and you just chill and shoot ball. And the minute he break his leg or screw himself up, they don't need him anymore. They don't need him anymore. So I'm looking at the future. We got to start prepping ourselves, starting to learn how to be civil engineers and stuff like that. And some of these there was a black female, I think she came up with some cure for cancer. I think it was a black female. And then there was a black male they are doing some extraordinary stuff all the time.
Oh yeah, they are.
You barely hearing about it, but it's out there. So I'm thinking to myself, well, damn, if we had the ability to kind of quietly sneak off, go underground, own our own little thing, do our own little thing, and get some of these black individuals that are geniuses and bring them in, that's starting it all. That's starting it all. Now, of course, if you do somehow revamp a new modernized black Wall Street, history will repeat itself, because the white man simply look at, if black people uprise, that's his automatically downfall. So us uprising would automatically be in his mind a declaration of war. But I think that this is the time for it, because he's not as powerful as he was back then. You know, North Korea, when I was stationed in North Korea, when I was in the military, North Korea and South Korea didn't get along. You know, I was stationed in the DMZ right there near North Korea. Well, I was in South Korea, but I was stationed near the DMZ. They didn't get along, but we had to work with those ROK soldiers, Republic of Korea soldiers. And a lot of those soldiers told me they had family members in North Korea that they missed. They want to be friends with. They want to get to know. And I'm like, well, shit, just cross the damn canal and go holler at them. They don't want to do that. Man, America is making us not do that. So I'm looking at it again. Here's damn devil go. Everywhere his ass at is always some trouble. Everywhere he at is always some trouble. So now you're seeing that North Korea and South Korea actually trying to patch up their relationships. China is soft invading Africa to get them resources, and that's another thing. We need to reconnect with them too, because everybody's trying to get them damn resources now. It's like China know, you know, the white man, you're out of here. And even if they want to go to war with them, China, they got some stuff now, they can take it to them. They got satellites, they got stuff. To be honest with you, they calling bluff now. The white man really ain't in no damn power no more. It's all psychological now. We just afraid of their ass. They really ain't got nothing going on. That's why they run around trying to hear from shooters and killers. And you saw what they did with Tariq Nasheed. Shit, they just swatting him like this dude ain't even really, he ain't say nothing about getting together. Black people don't have no damn militia nowhere. We're not in no woods and training with guns to fight them and no shit like that, but they are.
Yeah.
You know, but they action tells me they're afraid. That's a confirmation they're afraid. If you're a superior, if I know I'm superior over a cat, there's no need for me to be afraid of a cat. It's just the cat can't do shit to me. There's no need to be afraid. When a white person is exhibiting desperation and fear, that's a confirmation that this person knows we can take it to him. The problem is we just don't know we can take it to him.
Isn't that the truth? You know, they know our greatness. We don't know it. That is.
Oh yeah, they know our greatness, but look, why the hell you think they enslaved us? Shit, they was looking at our resumes. These people billing everything. Don't they do that on the job? If you don't know shit about no job, they don't hire you. They looking for the person that's mostly skilled. They did the same damn thing with slavery. We gonna get these Negroes know what they're doing. And again, that's what I'm saying. That's a bloodline. That's what I believe, that we fit the description of the original, the real Hebrew Israelites. It's a bloodline. There's some things about us. What other Africans was creating rap music and all of the stuff that we were doing here? Like, we are very remarkable people, and we're distinctive from everybody else. Yeah, so we fit that category. We fit the category, and I think we just don't know it. They do it. They know. We just don't know it.
Right.
And that's why they will troll the hell out of us. They want to, and that's another thing. I'm trying to do a little bit more research on the deep dark web and how could we do it without it being illegal, because it's some stuff there you just don't want to see, like shit.
Right. Oh yeah,
it's some stuff there.
You can hire a hitman out there.
Listen,
all kinds of crazy shit.
Listen, like I said, at one time I was living another life in the streets, and trust me, that it's dangerous. I ain't gonna lie, it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. But I know that's what they're using, and I mean, I think even if the government even get wind of we doing that, I think they'll shit their pants. Like, damn, because now you can't monitor us. It's easy for you to just go through my YouTube channel and see all the stuff you see and just say, you know what, I'm gonna shut him down. It's easy. But when you on the deep dark web and you start going to shadow web, you're getting deeper and deeper into it. It's kind of hard to get people. You know what I'm saying? So you can set up channels. You can do live stream to screen a person before they become a member. They send in, they can hold up the driver's license, stuff like that. The thing is, you want to make sure you're getting the right person in, and you also want to get access to where their children are going to school, everything about them, because that's what they do. I tried several times to infiltrate some white supremacist websites, and it was difficult. They wanted my fucking ID. They wanted me to send a damn bill in. And after doing all that, they wanted to do a live stream interview where they can literally see my face. I said, these caucus always got this shit put together. They ain't fucking playing. They ain't fucking playing. I'm like, damn, we black folk, we behind, man. These people right now, they could be planning some shit. We would fucking know it. We wouldn't know it. So I'm just looking at, how this is all being played out, and I'm looking at the future. We got to really, we got to start looking at this. I mean, be honest with you, I think our fight has really been fought for us now. It's they taking their damn selves out. They shooting up their own schools. They're hooked on drugs, and they're taking their own damn selves out. So I think we should start focusing on the future, becoming the new leaders, holding things, getting a lot of this filth out of our brains and our minds, washing and cleaning our minds out, because that's going to be a lingering effect. They won't be around, but our kids could be left with a lot of stuff. So that's basically how I look at things. We got to really get on some new stuff. We got to start focusing in on the future. I don't feel we have time to be arguing with somebody. I'm not trying to convert nobody over. I'm not trying to start no cult. I'm not trying to start no religion. Whatever it is that you believe in and you agree with, that's on you. When it's time for you to face the man, and if he tells you that was wrong, then he has more authority than I do. Yeah, that's something you're gonna have to deal with. But right now, because me and you have a common enemy, there's an old saying, an enemy of my enemy is my friend. And I don't think we don't understand that. I just don't understand why we don't get that. What are we bickering for? I've literally seen people charge tickets for two black men to debate each other. I don't understand that. What happens after that? Okay, you just prove you smart and he's stupid. Now where we go from here?
Right. Now, you know what? It goes back to slavery. And no matter how violent they were towards our people, they always told our people to love them and be peaceful. And I just think it's just been passed down through the generation. And our people don't realize sometimes you may have to slap that fool upside their head and not be afraid to do it.
Well, again, I don't believe in that either, because you got suicide killers. They believe, in other words, ISIS. How could you slap ISIS in it if one of them believe that their religion is right and God is telling them to do this and they're willing to kill themselves? I don't think slapping this idiot across his head is gonna do anything, because he'll slap his own damn self across the head.
No, I'm not talking about ISIS. I'm just talking about the things that they do to us here on a regular basis here in this country. You know, all the little underhand things that they do. And you know, I got this rhesus monkey on the screen. I kid you not, this looked like a man I used to work with.
Shit, I thought he was somebody I knew.
I kid you not. When I saw this, I was like, oh my God, that looks like this dude I used to work with.
Man, see, when you start getting into these higher sciences and learning a lot of this stuff, man, you can just walk around in the store somewhere, you look at a carcass, you say, damn, I can see the monkey in him. It's hitting you. You know what I'm saying? At first, you probably didn't see it.
Don't this one look like Kim Kardashian?
And the crazy thing, man, and they got that. Oh, that's another. Like if you go research Melba Ketchum, she basically told on herself. She basically say, look, yep, we got animal in this, we got lemur, we got all of this, we got all this in it, and she had all of these scientists behind her, and then they told her if she put out any of this information, they could lose their job. She would lose her job. She'll lose her credibility, probably get killed. But of course, now don't nobody know who she is. Nobody really know who she is. But she was on Fox News and everything. I was shocked. You mean to tell me Fox News allowing her to come on and say white folks are pretty much animals? They're allowing this? Fox News? Yeah, she was on there. So,
you know.
And then another thing about hate, I was researching that too. The chemicals in the brain, the organs in the brain responsible for love and hate. Because I wanted to know where, how could it be that a person that's in love with somebody and then they just fall out of love or have amnesia or dementia or Alzheimer's disease and fall out of love. So I really was looking at what is the essence of love. Mm-hmm. But studying that, I learned about hate. And I'm like, that's why they hate us so much and want us to love them. There's a circuit in the brain when you hate something, it gives you better calculative moves of dealing with an opponent. So as long as they're hating us, that's kind of like giving them an advantage. If we begin to hate them, that would give us an advantage. But just speaking the word hating them will get you shut down. Just saying hating them, they can lock you up for a hate crime. That is serious.
Right. They want to keep this relationship, which is very dysfunctional and sick and everything, with where we love them and they keep attacking us. And they have normalized this when you really think about it over the centuries.
Yeah, we won't hate them. The thing is this. I hate to say it, if black people really start hating them, there will not be any cooning. There will not be any bedwenching. That's the reason why white people can be in an interracial relationship and still hate black people.
Mm-hmm.
They can be in an interracial relationship and have mixed children and still hate black people. So black folks, we don't understand that because we all wrapped on this love thing. Now, most of us will say God said you're not supposed to hate, but I'm sure I've heard in some Bible passages God hate evil. He don't like that. So if he's hating evil, why I can't hate evil? I think he don't like evil.
Mm-hmm.
So why? If I don't like evil, am I wrong for that?
Yeah,
that's the thing. A lot of us just don't want to do that. They come in, use violence and hate to kill you, and your natural response is to get angry and get violent back. but then they calm you down and say no peaceful protest.
Yeah.
And that's not getting you anywhere. And that's outside of nature. If you run up on a cat right now and if you lock it up in the corner somewhere, that cat gonna get violent. That cat ain't finna do shit peaceful. You walk up on a rattlesnake right now, it ain't finna do shit peaceful. You piss it off, it's gonna let you know what time it is. You run on the smallest animal. My uncle had a fight with a raccoon one time. It snuck into the chimney, and he was trying to do something in the cabinet, and it kind of, the stove and the chimney like right next to each other, whatever. So he opened up the damn cabinet, and that raccoon was on him. And we was trying to hit the raccoon with brooms and shit, and we hitting him across the head. We had just put them both outside. y'all get your hands out of here with that shit.
Oh my.
Man, that raccoon tore him up. It tore him up.
Yeah. I mean, that
so I'm like, man, everything in nature defends itself, but we are told not to do it. We're told not to do that shit. Like, I don't understand this.
Everything this white man got, he got it through violence. I mean,
exactly.
Everything he got in his rise to what they think is the top, which we know it isn't, but they got it all through violence
and opportunities. Don't miss that part.
Yeah,
because they're not gonna just take it to you. Trust me. I've dealt with some that was like thinking they had the upper hand on me, not realizing I can just make a phone call and have some serious gangbangers that don't care about living or dying. And when they seen all of that shit, everybody got civilized. They were no more racist after that. Everybody got civilized. And they left, they knew right then and there, leave them alone. Don't mess. They opportunities. They like to kick you when you down. They sneaky. They'll come in with the bomb in one hand first to learn and assess the problem, the threat levels. They even practice that in business. I learned that in business school. That's what they do. They study your strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. They're opportunities. That's why they pit us against each other. Mm-hmm. We outnumber them. But as long as they got us pitted against each other, in other words, they can get one group of blacks and team up with them to go against another group of blacks. And then when they get sick of the group of blacks that they teamed up with, they'll dysfunction with them and get with another group of blacks and then team up. In other words, they always got the upper hand, but they're using us. Instead of us realizing, well, hold the hell up. Let us team up and just get rid of his ass. We don't think like that.
Right.
We don't think like that. So that's my biggest thing is like trying to save us as a people becomes two fights. You're already fighting the system that the white man set up, and then you got to fight the damn people you're trying to save. That is a very difficult thing. It's very difficult. If we can at least get the black folks to stop debating and arguing and fussing with each other and just take a damn 5-minute break, man, maybe we can get a little bit more accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
So I try not to engage in that, trying to start a religion, change a religion, change somebody's way of thinking, prove anything right, prove anything wrong. I'm not doing that. That once you have proved that yourself right to this other black person, what happens after that? Does white supremacy automatically just evaporate?
Nope,
it don't. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna do that. But I get a lot of people that'll come with me like, oh, well, you need to be talking about this and it need to be that. Okay, and I'll do that. Now what's gonna happen afterwards? What happened to white supremacy? Did Trump just fell off out of power? Did the Rockefeller just fall out of power after we did this? Did the Rothschilds fall out of power after we did this? Hell no. So why did we do this? Everything in nature is done for a reason. Birds get up looking for food for a reason. Female dogs have a scent letting the other male dogs know that it's time to breed for a reason. We are doing a bunch of unnecessary shit that has no logic or no reason behind it. Because in my opinion, I think that's a sign of weakness. You see the big giant over in the corner. You see the big elephant in the room, but you're too afraid of the damn elephant. So now you over here picking with a damn roach.
Mm-hmm.
You're picking on something small.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think like that. I see that elephant. Yeah, that's my damn challenge. Okay, it's gonna be me and him right now.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't win, well, guess what? I don't have to deal with the oppression no more. Because if I'm dead, he can't fucking oppress me. If I win, he ain't around no more. Therefore, he can't oppress me. I don't think we looking at this correctly. We just arguing with each other and fighting and picking petty stuff. I don't do that.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm doing. My thing is, let's get together. Where's plan A? Where's plan B? When we finna meet up? What resources we finna come together? What we finna do over here? How we finna do this? What's the expected outcome when we do plan A? If plan A don't work, what plan B? How is plan B gonna come in and supplement what plan A failed? Is there a plan C? See, that's my thing. I'm thinking about strategy. Let's get this shit accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's how we all should be thinking.
Exactly. I mean, we can fight afterwards. I mean, if you want to just fight afterwards, shit, can go ahead. I won't. All I'll look at is, okay, we took down white supremacy. Now y'all want to do all that arguing and fussing. Go ahead. I'm just gonna sit over here and drink lemonade and watch y'all ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, that's why I try to avoid all these online back and forth. And I got to the point I don't even watch those videos anymore. When I do a search, sometimes I'll see Cynthia G and Tariq, Cynthia G. And I'm like, I mean, how long is it
I just told you I don't watch nobody.
Is it gonna go on?
I don't watch
Just
anybody anymore.
Yeah, you got
only on Sundays. I think it's Sundays and Thursday. Professor Black Truth will drop a video.
Yeah.
I'm either watching your information. There's also the Royal Family, and there's some other folks out there, but they're not into this. I never really heard Professor Black Truth really just go at it with somebody. I don't want to hear that shit. It's just like I was a big fan of Young Pharaoh, but you know, and even Dr. Umar Johnson, when all of this stuff, stripper, and okay, I gave you a pass with the stripper. Okay, people make mistakes. Shit, you're a man, you want a woman. Okay, cool. I kind of like let that slide. But then it started getting to like you're arguing with what is it, Sarah Susan Seti?
Oh
yeah, Sonetta, and I'm like, hold the hell up, man. What the hell is going on? Man, look, you know what? Screw all of y'all. I just can't. And then I'm supporting this shit and everything. Like I'm trying to put money in their pockets. Like, okay, I think this dude finna do. I'm like, you know what? The hell with all of this shit. I'd have narrowed every damn thing down to like maybe 2 people. I watch Professor Black Truth and I watch your channel. This very so often. Okay, the information man, I got wind of him, and Keith Newsom. I learned something about him, so I'm looking at them now. Tareen Reigns, that's my dude as well. I look at him, so I'm there. Tareen, these individuals, they're not arguing with people all the time,
right?
You know what I'm saying? They just putting out information. They're not arguing. That's if I want to see somebody damn arguing, I just go on pay-per-view. Shit, I don't want to see that. That's not what I'm looking for, man. I don't. And then I think me and conspiracy dude had like because I didn't understand. He was putting out good information as well, but then he started. I don't know what it is about us. At some point, we will start looking and targeting another black person to attack.
It never fails.
I don't understand that shit. Like, you really want to fight? I didn't like bullies growing up. I used to get bullied a lot, so I didn't like bullies growing up. And then I had hardcore uncles and shit that was like, you ain't gonna come back in this house getting bullied if somebody taking your damn lunch money. If you let that bully take your lunch money, I'm gonna beat your ass up too. So I had to fight them. So shit, they roughened me up to the point I started bullying bullies. I get beat up, but I'll bully some damn bullies. Like, I just didn't like bullies.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm seeing all this, I'm looking at black folks. You acting like a damn bully. You got a big white man to fight if you want to show you and flex your damn muscles. Prove the world that you can take down white supremacy, and then everybody kiss your ass. How about you do that? It's easy for me to fight another black man. That's easy. That's not even a damn challenge.
Yeah.
Think about that. One black person right now, if he go out and just completely bring down white supremacy, do you know how this motherfucker be? You be on the throne. You done something the rest of us couldn't do. But instead of you looking for that type of throne, you beating on a little dude. I'm just like you, dude. We in the same damn situation with the same damn enemy. You ain't finna prove shit by kicking my ass.
Yeah, right. Ain't that something? All right, brother. We're gonna end with one more topic. Did you hear about Donald Trump canceling the Eagles coming to the White House?
I've been hearing stuff about Trump, but I think he's a little bit of a distraction. Again, I'm focusing on future. This dude is a clown.
I conclude he's doing this to get the attention away from Russia.
That, and not only that, he's also this dude is a damn clown. Listen.
There's never a dull day around there.
Man, listen, this dude is he think he can pardon himself. Like he really
Yeah, did you see that shit? Yeah, I saw that. I was laughing. I can't believe this. And he's boasting all over the place about it. I could just
oh, shit. Oh my God. Man, this dude say he can pardon himself. He's saying the highs of the land. Fuck that shit. I'm the president. I'm gonna pardon myself.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't give him no more attention. Like he's just too damn funny for me. He's a clown. He's just a clown. He's a distraction. The stuff that come out with this dude, bro, I swear, like, damn.
Well, he was mad because only 10 of the Eagles were coming. But here's the thing. He was screaming about, oh, you need to stand up for the national anthem. Don't you know the Philadelphia Eagles stood up for the national anthem through the entire 2017 season? No one over there kneeled, but he's blowing those players off. I said, see, keep boycotting.
Look, like I tell people, and I really don't even worry about coons no more. In my opinion, you can chose your damn side. Let the hair go to high. Whatever happened to you, that's on your own.
Yeah.
I will tell you this. You are over there with them devils. You better remember you with them devils. See, back in the day, Bill Cosby was really strong. And then he started taking on a lot of these European as rhetoric and cliche words and talking
points. Your pants and all this stuff. Yeah.
And then Morgan Freeman talking about the best way to end racism is not talk about it. And I'm thinking to myself, so that means if I go to the damn doctor with cancer and the doctor tell me, hey, you can get rid of this cancer by something, just not talking about it, the cancer's just gonna go away.
Yeah. Yeah.
These dudes, and now they getting, see, again, all of this. I would tell black folks right now, look at this shit. If you're thinking about cooning,
yeah,
look at Bill Cosby, look at Morgan Freeman, look at Stacey Dash. Really think hard about before you start doing this damn cooning shit, because you will get thrown in the trash when they through using your ass.
You know, I have a saying, coons all have a shelf life.
They all do. They all do. The thing is, like I say, man, we're in this. There's no way of getting out of this. That's why I say I don't know, I've always been like that, even as a kid. I just face my challenges. I can't coon myself out of this. I can't pay myself out of this. I can't march myself out of it. I got to deal with this shit. And I'm ready to deal with it, but I know I can't do it on my own. And sometimes when black women are hard on black men, I can get it. But the thing is, I try to get a lot of black men to understand that there's a reason for sexual dimorphism. You have muscles and testosterone and aggression for a reason. That's your job, to defend your race like that. That's what the Queen Bee, Queen Bee ain't fighting. She got the males out there protecting the hive. And I don't think we as men, we not, you know, if this white man could come in and say, you know what, I'm going to give your women food stamps, welfare, Section 8, housing authority, and every so often I'm going to kick your ass and make you pay child support. What are we as men after that? Like, that's like, right now, if a man walk up in my house right now and tell me I'm going to take care of your damn wife and your kids, and I'll let it happen, what am I after that?
Yeah.
Am I a man? I can't. And then she looking at me like, niggas, you gonna stand up and defend your house or what? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well,
if you let it happen, shit, I'm gonna go with him. Shit.
Yeah, you know, and they were talking about R. Kelly, and I said, you know what? I don't think they're gonna really go after him because everything he did was to black women. They don't care about black women like that.
And they don't care about black men, so they might just get his ass just because they don't care about black men.
Yeah, they could, but I don't think they're gonna go hard after him. I know some people do. I really don't. Because really, his dealings were strictly with black women. Now, if there were some white women up in the mix,
oh hell yeah,
yeah, they would have been all over him.
Hell yeah, and to be honest with you, they don't even really like their women like talking about it. White women, man, white men. You remember that young dude in the college that raped that damn girl in the hallway and in the alleyway, and they just let him go?
Yeah.
Like, where's her freedom at? She's gonna be mentally destroyed for the rest of her life because she's looking at, there's no justice for me.
Right. Yeah.
They don't. I mean, that goes back to their history. I think they got us thinking like that. You know, a lot of us, we're not respecting our women like we should. I don't think we are as black men. We got to start. I don't know. I got a mom. She's black. She's a woman. I love her.
Mm-hmm.
I will lose my life for her.
Mm-hmm.
That's not even an option. She brought me into this world. Why not give my life? She gave me life. What's wrong with me giving it back? I don't understand that shit. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot that's going on with us. It's baffling to me. It's just I don't understand this.
But
shit.
you know what, brother? We never had an opportunity to really be normal in America. We have been fucked with so much over the century.
And they're not gonna let you heal.
Our relationships have been screwed up, and it's been a lot of interference.
So what you basically saying
outside
is this.
forces between black men and women too.
So what you basically saying is this. It's almost like a woman being in an abusive relationship and not allowed to be free for a while, go get some type of asylum, get more acquainted with herself, get back normalized before she gets back into another relationship. Yeah. Instead of that happen, she's just being tossed from one bad relationship and everybody's on her business. She's never going to get straight. So that's what happened to us as black people.
Right.
We went straight out of slavery to Jim Crow and hanging, and then the 60s, and now we're still dealing with this. We never got a chance to sit down and just relax and heal and get more acquainted with ourselves. Exactly. But at the same time, that's the challenge. That's what I'm looking at. That's just the challenge. That's what we got to face. So prove ourselves. In other words, it's almost like we can become spiritual diamonds if we come out of this. And the only way you can get a diamond is you got to put some pressure on that coal. A coal becomes diamond once you put pressure over it. You put it all kind of under extreme pressure, and once that coal becomes diamond, a diamond is one of the hardest substances on the planet.
Right. And
spiritually, we can become diamonds if we just go ahead and handle our damn business. And a lot of this is psychological. These damn crackers ain't really no holding no damn power. They're afraid. They're afraid. Their numbers are already outnumbered. They kicked these people out in Alabama, talking about getting rid of immigrants. That didn't work. They had to call them back. In Baltimore, it's the same damn case. And
but they didn't get them all back, though, brother. They didn't get them all back. That's why they lost those crops.
And that's good for them. But that's telling us one thing.
I love that.
And that's telling us one thing. They are outnumbered. And they keep lying to us. We 13%. How the hell we've been 13% of the population for this damn long? That's a controlled environment. That means every time somebody's born, you killing somebody. And every time somebody naturally dies, you just automatically making somebody pregnant. I never believe that shit. That's mathematically impossible. That just don't make sense.
It's psychological warfare. If
exactly.
They just believe we're small, then they think we're not going to go after them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's a head game.
The fuckers are not really no damn power no more. This is psychological shit they playing.
Yeah.
They calling bluff. This is a poker game to these fools. We just don't know that shit.
You know, that's one thing my grandfather told me when I was a kid. He said most of what they're doing is bluffing.
They always they're just listen.
That's the
children of Satan.
And
that's what Satan do. He don't do nothing but lie and bluff. They just like their daddy. Shit, they like Satan.
And just like it says in
they just like their damn daddy. That's all. I see it that way. They just like their damn. I look at him, I tell him, you look just like your daddy. You know? You don't know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah. Woo! I tell you what, I believe that's true because Donald Trump be looking orange as hell these days.
Shit, I'm still looking at this monkey right now on the screen. He look like him. Look just like him. He's probably about 5 or something.
That's so but yeah, there's no way they're outnumbering anybody. The way they're dying out now, and they've been declining since the 50s.
Listen,
that's how long they have been declining.
Once your birth rate drops below 2.1, you might as well go ahead and write out your will. You might as well go ahead and get your insurance policy paid up and everything, because your ass is out of here. There ain't no possibility. There ain't no maybe. That's an indefinite. That's the inevitable. You are out of here. And there's a way below 2.11. They're at, in Spain alone, it's 1.1.
They probably at 0.159 at this point.
Well, I think it's lower than that because we got to also add in the fact they reclassifying people. They got black people right over here right now that come from Arabic countries that are blacker than me considered white.
That's what they did to that Egyptian black. He's
Exactly.
black and with
Asian
a big
people,
old fro. And you
Mexicans.
talking about he's white?
Yeah. So I already know that their numbers is really small. If we start subtracting the so-called white folks that are actually not white toned by skin tone, they know their numbers. That's why they freaking the hell out everywhere, shooting up shit, killing people and shit, shooting schools. They on. Dylan Roof said he wanted to go to the hood and do it, but he just was scared. Yeah, that's
because they
right
would have
there.
shot his ass down.
Exactly. I know one
guys would have shot his butt down.
from. He done walked in my neighborhood that dumb. He wouldn't have came out that shit alive. They wouldn't have even found his body probably.
Right.
Don't play that shit.
Oh my
They
God.
looking for a reason to kill a damn cracker. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I was looking at, and I know this is kind of sick, but I was looking at what the Mexicans do to each other. They'll kill each other and take the body and throw it in acid.
Yeah.
And when it gets autopsy, the damn thing is unrecognizable.
Listen, Trump then pissed off a lot of the Mexican gangs. Now that's another thing. Out in Cali, I got homies out there in California. They was kind of dealing with a lot of that shit too. And some white man going, "What do you mean black people or white people don't are racist? What about black and Mexican?" That ain't no racist shit. That's economic shit. You are not giving black people nothing. You are not giving Mexicans nothing, and they fighting over crumbs. I guarantee you, if you give them something, they wouldn't be fighting over it. That ain't got nothing to do with no damn racism. That's a survival tactic, idiot. You don't know the difference? Shit. My dogs will fight each other in here. They sisters and brothers. They can't get no damn food. Shit.
But you know what? They don't know the difference. I mean, when you look at what the trolls write, they don't know the difference between ethnicity and race.
They don't.
Seriously don't know.
They don't. They don't. They really, there's a lot, but the thing that, again, like they just delusional. That's why I say, I don't think it's safe to argue with them. You fuck around arguing with them too long, you might become crazy. Shit, them people crazy, man.
Yeah, but you know what? You got to look at how everything unfolded for us, because they took us from the slave fields. It's not like prisoners, you know, you go to the halfway house and get reintroduced out in the public. They just took our asses from the plantation and just pushed us out into the world.
And you know what? The reason why they do that, I'm telling you, it's something. Listen, we were forced to build Black Wall Street. I will say that. When someone is telling you, you can't come in my hospital, grocery store, ride my bus, whoop the whoop, whatever the case may be, you're forcing that person to start their own hospital.
That's
now,
right.
They wasn't expecting that, because in their mind, they thinking black people don't have nothing, so they can't start nothing. We are magical, dude. We on a whole nother level of spirituality that they just, I don't know. They made a bad move with that one. Not only did we uprise, we outdid them, because when those soldiers came back from World War II, they didn't have any damn jobs. And a lot of those white folks was coming into the black communities getting loans from our banks.
Yep.
So we were doing better than them, and it wasn't just Tulsa. It was out here in North Carolina, Durham. You had Central Park, and a lot of people don't even know that. Central Park was, they still got a historical area up in New York.
I do know that because, you know, I'm in New Jersey. So we get a lot of history out of New York. And yeah, Central Park was a black town.
Yeah, we owned it. We owned it all. See, they keep, you black people can't do nothing. What the hell you mean? We accomplished shit when we were slaves.
We've always done everything.
Exactly. So,
you know,
I mean, they put us through so much, and they never let up off of us because of that reason. I mean, if you see somebody doing some magical shit, you ain't gonna let up off of me.
Right.
You ain't gonna get them 5 minutes. Hell, shit. In other words, it's like they got the tiger by the ear. Holding the tiger is dangerous, but letting it go is also damn dangerous. They in the catch-22 right now.
Yeah, that's true.
They're in the catch-22, but I tell black people that also, like, we got to stop being so hard on each other and blaming each other and bickering and fighting all the time, because when you're looking at chronological events and cause and effects, in other words, I think I said it in one of my videos. If I'm responsible for injuring a person, and that person had a bright future to be this or be that, and I caused that person's future to direct this course, I'm responsible for that, whether I want to admit it or not. Now, if the person just so happens to do something good out of it, I'm also responsible for that to some degree. So a lot of us as Black folks, we don't know the difference between something that's being a direct cause and an indirect cause. See, slavery in the past, it was straight direct. You know who was doing this to you. The aftermath and the after effects, and with Jim Crow and the so-called war on drugs, all of these things are indirect. See, the white man don't like to come up and approach you head on. You know who your enemy is. So now everything is the system. So when they do racist shit, the first thing they say, oh, it's the system. It's the system. Well, the system ain't no living, breathing thing. Humans created the damn system.
Right.
I've heard them all say, yeah, there is racism exists. Okay, well, point out the damn racists. You act like racism is falling out the sky some damn well. No, it's coming from people. Point these fuckers out. They won't do that. Oh, I believe racism exists. Exactly. Or where they at? I don't know. Or it's just something just raining out the sky. But again, like I said, I don't argue with them damn people, man.
That's why I don't be listening to them when they say, well, I didn't do it. I'm a good white person. I didn't do that. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Okay, well then I'm still suffering for some stuff that you did to my ancestors. I'm good too. So I'm still suffering.
You know what? As long as they're upholding this white supremacist system, they are guilty.
Exactly. They're still benefiting from it. Here's the deal. If my dad is steal some shit from somebody else's father, and my dad died and their dad died, let's just say it's a car. So my dad stole the next door neighbor's dad's car. My dad died, his dad died. I'm riding around in the damn car, and the dude looking at me standing at the bus stop in the rain asking me, could you at least give me a ride in my car that your dad stole? And I'm telling them, shut the hell up, go pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Now, according to their own laws, I'm actually in possession of stolen goods.
Yeah.
It don't matter who stole it. You are possessing something that's stolen. So technically, I'm supposed to be doing what? Giving it back to the rightful owner. But he's not alive. Okay, where's this next of kin? That would be our reparations. No, they're not finna do that. And so you got people, some of them are good. Hell no.
No.
Hell no. That's against, no white person is gonna give up his own lifeline. You mean if he's thirsty and the only bottle of water is left is one, he's thirsty, he's just gonna give it to you to be good? Hell no, that goes against the laws of damn nature.
And see, that has a lot to do with why they never really truly let us go, because if they let us go, that's suicide for them.
Exactly. Our heaven is their hell. Their heaven is our hell, and it's just a struggle. So I'm like, man, we got to start looking at this shit for what it is. And I think a lot of us, sometimes we get too clouded. White supremacy is very simple. It's very simple at its core. It's complex on the outer shell for a reason, to keep us searching for this and looking for that and looking for this and looking for that and trying to figure this out. Look, it's just you in a spiritual war. It's a war of the frequencies. It's a war of the spirit. It's the war of energy. Okay. At the very core of everything, I don't care what it is, any biological life on earth is doing the same thing, seeking the basic essentials of life. In other words, finding a way to survive. Now, that means a snake is eating a rat, or a rat eating an insect, or insect eating another insect, or human eating an animal. In some cases, plants eat flesh. When they got like Venus flytraps and stuff, they eat insects. When a virus get in your body, it's doing the same thing. Every damn thing down to the microcosm is trying to survive off of someone else. So if we look at white folks as one ethos, one big collective, they are a parasite on us.
Yeah.
That's simply what it is. So how you gonna tell a damn parasite to get off you? How you gonna tell a leech to stop sucking on you? So it can just go off and just die? Hell no, that leech gonna look at you like you're damn crazy. And that's why they look at us like we crazy. We still running around talking about stop being a racist. They looking like, oh, so you want me to commit racial suicide? I'm surviving off of holding you down, Negroes. You haven't figured that out yet? Yeah. That means that's nothing can be negotiated. That means you got to look at the elephant in the room and say, okay, this is some shit I'm just going to have to deal with. And I've been came to that conclusion. That's why I'm like, we don't have time to be fighting each other.
Yeah. And, and a lot of people are convinced that we need them. And I'm like, no. All you got to do is look at the history. Every time we made attempts to get away from them, what did they do?
Marcus Garvey tried it. Everybody tried it.
Yes.
John Horse with the Black Seminole Indians, they tried it. We all tried it. They say, go to Africa. Well, y'all over there. You gonna get your relatives from over there first? Shit. Get them out of there first and we'll go. People ain't gonna let us go no damn well. Shit. They ain't have nobody to beat up on.
Yeah.
We civilized them. Just by being around us, we civilized them. That's serious. That's scientific. We civilize them. We teach them how to act. If they didn't have nobody, they would go right back into another dark age. That's what happened when they was in Europe. Caucasoids need something to kill. If they ain't killing off the damn Tasmanian tigers, bears, and lions, and zebras and shit, they killing themselves, they killing the air, they killing ocean, they killing you, and they really get an enjoyment out of killing you. But they like to also keep you around for pleasure because here and there they can learn certain things from you. They also need your damn genetics. They learned that shit when they started studying Henrietta Lacks and her immortal cells. Again, speaking of Henrietta Lacks, that's more proof that I think there's something about our bloodline because they've made about 11 goddamn patents on medical shit that they're benefiting from straight off of Henrietta Lacks cells.
Yeah.
She's dead and gone. That woman been dead since the 50s, but her cells are still alive.
Yep. Well, even the Bible says that blood is living.
Exactly.
Alive.
Yeah. Yeah. It's something special about us blacks in America. And I'm not putting any other people of the African diaspora down. I'm just looking at what it is, They're really on us. And then in fact, you have black men talking about, oh, I'm going to Brazil and all of this to go get me a woman. It's something about us in America. They always want us fighting each other. They always want us hating each other. We're kissing their butt the most. I don't get this. We have proven to be strong already. Why are we laying down? I don't get this shit. We've proven ourselves to be strong. They know it.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't campaign a whole system of holding somebody down if they already inferior. That's like me trying to hide my keys from my dog. Oh, I'm scared he's gonna drive the car. He can't do it. He's inferior when it comes to driving the damn car. I can put the damn keys on his neck. He can't do shit to my car. It's nothing to worry about. They worry too much about us.
That's how you know we're not inferior. That's
that's telling me right now we're not inferior.
Just look at their action.
When's the last time you heard of any damn Caucasoids campaigning to kill monkeys or kill dogs? Like set up a whole racist system to kill dogs. They love their dogs. Why? The dog can't take them out of power.
Right.
When you are focusing in on me, you telling me something. See, that's communication goes both ways, forward and backwards. So when you're telling me, you're communicating to me that you're afraid of me, you're also communicating something else. I must be a threat to you to be afraid of me.
Right.
And if I'm a threat to you, that means in your own mind, you feel that you're weaker than me. But here it is, we run around thinking we weak and we're scared of them.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is bluff with these people. It's all psychological shit, and they're just confusing us and using all this psychological. That's why I say racism is simple. They're playing mind games with you. They're really not in no damn power. And if they keep telling you certain things, you keep thinking that shit, you're energizing them. There's this thing called the laws of attraction. You keep giving them mental energy. Stop believing this shit that they tell you. They ain't never gave you anything good anyway. That means if they tell you something, don't take it. If they feeding you something, don't take it. People's talking about Bill Gates. Oh, he's doing a noble thing. He over in Africa, helping Africans out. Yeah, and he's sterilizing the hell out of them.
Yeah. And
he ain't never done shit good. What part of that people don't understand?
He killed a lot of children too with those vaccines. Yeah.
His damn daddy was a part. His daddy was hooked up with Margaret Singer and all this other shit. That man ain't done nothing good. White people, you can't get nothing good out of them. I think Elijah Muhammad went to grave saying that shit.
That is so true.
I'm still trying to look for good ones. I think that's part of why my channel got shut down. I had a black woman, there's some good cops let me go with a ticket. I'm like, I'm so sick of hearing this shit. Listen, when I was in college, I had some very powerful white men that were in the banking industry. They was giving me all kinds of favors. I was getting shit the law wouldn't allow me to get because I was friends with them. The thing is, I did not want to be a part of that coon shit, and I didn't want to get a part of that secret society shit. So they X'd me out. They was good white folks at first until they realized I'm a pure black person and I love my black people. Then they turn bad.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, they ain't no good white people. They're only good temporarily. And I don't know why people don't understand that. Good people can do bad things. Bad people can do good things. The thing is, being good and acting good is two different things. So is this white man acting good, or is he really is a good person? That's the question.
Mm-hmm. That's true. But no, he's not a good person. He's got to be good to us to some degree to get the things that he wants out of
that
black.
They want, exactly. They're opportunists. They go back to me saying they're opportunists.
Right.
Right. I gotta give them that. They'll use any damn thing. They'll straight up opportunists. To be honest with their little tactics is old. They can't progress. They're still using the old shit. They just renaming it and masking it up. And we just still confused. And the shit's still the same.
Yeah.
These damn people ain't progressed. They monkeys. Shit, they ain't finna project. The shit they was doing in the damn 60s, they still doing it. I don't know why black people ain't caught on to this shit.
Oh, and I remember Dawa Yisrael said they are monkeys that can talk.
Exactly.
I think I almost fell over when I heard him say that.
Man, I hope I don't get your channel shit down. Y'all know I be talking some shit.
Oh no.
Man.
My hangouts are so long, I don't think they take the time to listen to it anyway. Don't listen to my little short videos and get offended by that.
And I don't understand why. Listen, that's another form of retardation. I keep trying to explain it to them. Listen, it is written in the psychological handbook. If you are mutilating yourself, I don't care if it's psychological or physical, you have a mental illness. If you sit and watch a video that's degrading you somehow or making you feel bad, and obviously it's making you feel bad because you respond in anger. So you let me know it makes you feel bad. But you continue to watch. And then if I tell you get lost, you make another damn comment and it go on and on and on. And you must subscribe to my damn channel because I put a new video up. You the same asshole talking shit again. So you like hurting your own damn mind. You know I'm finna say the first video ain't changed. That shit told you, okay, this dude don't like black people. Let me get off his channel. That means every video he's talking about gonna pretty much be the same stuff. These idiots go through all of your videos and stalk and stalk and stalk and stalk and stalk. One idiot decided to take B Miles' identity, and I caught on to the shit within minutes. I'm like, this damn high IQ ass idiot so damn foolish. He can't even steal nobody's identity and do it right with his smart ass, high ass IQ. So I'm like, you will go through all of that just to stalk me. And I'm asking myself, okay, what are these people expecting? Okay, you put your comment in. What am I supposed to do? Get sick, throw up? My channel's supposed to explode? My head? What the hell is that comment supposed to do? Like, I'm not going to change, dude. I'm still me. The fuck are you expecting to do with that comment?
Yeah. I know. You know, it's like,
I'm like, man, these people is a trip. But it's like we can figure them out if we really want to. They fucking simple. Shit.
Yeah, they like you said, they never change.
They can't progress. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why we ain't put them in a chain yet and put them in the zoo. Shit. Listen, I'm gonna look for this video. It's a video I was watching. I gotta find it. It was on I forgot what documentary it was on, but they had this black dude, straight up criminal, locked up. They had a white woman in there. Ain't never dealt with no black people before, right? Within about 3 months, this black dude had gotten her head, made her just escape him out of prison. She said, screw her family, screw her 401k plan, just screw everything. I'm gonna go on the run with this black dude. Now I'm looking at that and I'm saying, okay, that's telling you these people are fucking robotic. When you move in a neighborhood, they don't want you around because they don't want you to learn these secrets. Some of these people, you can really get into their head, especially with rap music. That's why they took it over.
Mm-hmm.
We first started off when it was Chuck D and the poor righteous teachers and You had the 5%ers that was really into rap and the Nation of Islam. You had a lot of white kids running around in the suburbs hating their mom and dad. You're fucking racist, dad. You're fucking racist. They were listening to that damn rap music. We can program these fucking people. That's why they took the damn rap from us and dumbed it down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we understand. This shit is simple, to be honest. All you got to do is it's a mind game. It's simple. These fucking, they animals. They fucking, if you know how to train a damn dog, you should know how to deal with a damn caucasoid.
Right.
There's
Exactly.
no difference.
No, it sure isn't.
And I got dogs, and everywhere I go with my dog, oh, he's so pretty, so handsome, so cute. I had white women tell my big dog, oh, he's so handsome. What, you want to have sex with him? What the fuck you mean? He's handsome?
No, you may not want to ask that question. You might get a resounding yes.
But I know I can get shit out of him when I bring my dog if I'm like coming to do a deal or see, it's little sneaky shit I've learned about him. If you're trying to get a car deal or you're trying to get a car or something like that, bring like a dog and just I don't know, that's a commonality with them. They'll get so focused in on the dog. I don't know, I just learned little slick shit about them. I don't understand. Like me personally, I'm like, man, these people, they're easy to figure out if you just, they know it too. That's why they don't want you around them. They want to learn you to know what you know, but they don't want you to know shit about them. They simple.
Yeah.
They are still using the same slangs they've been using since the fucking 50s. And they want to go back to the original one. We want to use the word nigga like somebody
from slavery. They're actually using the same words from slavery.
Exactly.
Okay.
These people ain't they're non-progressive, man. This shit funny. It's funny, really. It's if we just really look at this. I think sometimes we overlook it. We look too far. We overextend it. It's simple. It's just a reality of the opposites. They are diametrical opposite. Their lifeline is holding us down. Our lifeline is getting them off of us and putting them down. I don't know no other way of putting it. There's no simple than that.
Mm-hmm.
Now the morality shit will get in the way and make us, I want to go get them, but they got some good ones in there. I might hit one of the good ones. Man, the hell with all of that shit. Go in there and bust all them bitches in the head. Let them decide who's good. I'm not gonna decide who's good, who's bad. Fuck that. If he know he's good, he better to separate himself from them. I'm not gonna do that shit.
That is true. Somebody said, who was it with Muhammad Ali? I'm in a pit full of snakes. I'm not going to be sitting around trying to figure out which one's a good one.
Oh, man. I'm not deciding this shit.
They all can kill me.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I understand you got your Jane Elliott, you got your Tim Wise, you got what, Dana Stevens. We can say that they're good. And okay, that's a moral thing. But if you lay all three of them in the sun in Ecuador, I guarantee you the sun will burn all their ass up. The nature's saying that they bad. It's not my decision. It's not my decision, people. Go tell that to the sun. Tell the sun that they got some good white people down here and watch what the sun do. He's still gonna burn their ass. So he don't care shit. Well, what the hell? I'm working with nature. Whatever nature do, nature give me my eyes because it's beneficial. Nature give me my arms and my legs. Nature provide me the food I'm supposed to be eating. So nature's a part of the sun. So if I'm supposed to work with nature, nature's burning them up, what the fuck? I'm gonna throw water on them and try to save them. I'm not doing that. The sun ain't fucking with me, it's fucking with them.
Right. And
I'm not getting in that battle. And I think that's some of black people's biggest problem.
Yeah.
We had a black dude playing Spider-Man. I thought I did a video about that. That's a noble thing. That's good. But we are good people. We don't need to prove this shit. They already know we good. People didn't. When Dylan Root went in that church and shot them people down, they started forgiving these damn people before the damn bodies got cold. I already know we good people. Why we keep trying to prove this shit to these damn people? They know that. That's why they're oppressing your ass, because you good. You don't want to fight back. I don't know why we keep doing this. But you got this black dude jumping up like Spider-Man. You got the damn white dude looking at his own damn son. That wouldn't have been me. I'd have just filmed it. And if he would have failed, he would have went in the house like ain't shit happened. It's not I don't care.
I wouldn't have scaled that building either.
Man, fuck that shit. Why do you go out there and help the little boy? I thought he was going to grow up and be a racist ass cop and kill my son. That's why I didn't help him. That would have been my excuse. Now, well, that's wrong. Well, if you stop racism from going on and you stop cops from killing people and it's not happening anymore, I wouldn't think like that. But right now, we got a system of white supremacy where a white kid can grow up and be my son's murderer and get away with it.
That's right.
So I'm thinking in the future, what if this little fucker fall? If he don't fall, he gonna get away and he might become a racist. He got the potential to do it because we're still living under the system of white supremacy. He can be that if he wants to. And what happens if I didn't save him and then he killed my damn son? I'm looking like, okay, I'll save you and then you took my son from me. Hell no. No. I'm not gonna do that. They brought this reality on themselves. They brought it on themselves. If we start thinking like that, maybe they'll get a damn reality check. But as long as they're killing us and we saving them, shit, why should they stop?
Yeah.
Why should they? Shit, just keep doing it. The niggas must like us to kill them. They still kissing our butts. And a lot of times you don't even have to fight them. I'm saying nature, there could be, a person may say that's wrong to think like that. And morally it is. I would say that that's wrong to feel that way and think that way. But shit, I'm in a war. I don't know how to have a peaceful, loving war. I don't know how to do that.
No, I mean, look, the Most High said, vengeance is mine. So all I got to do is step out of the way so he can carry out that vengeance.
Exactly. That's all I've been trying to get black people to understand. Get your ass out the way. Shit, the people got death on them. Go sit your ass down somewhere. Go get you some popcorn and a soda and you sit back and watch this shit. Get the hell out the damn way. Shit. We need to do. No, you ain't gonna do shit. But get screwed up your damn self. Look at Bill Cosby. Look at Morgan Freeman. I think that's a clear sign. Back the hell up off these fucking people. They got something on them. I don't want to get. I'm not. Hell no. That's their judgment. That ain't on me. We done went through our damn punishment. Shit, it's over with. Shit, I don't want no more. It's over with.
like the Most High said, we will become the head, they become the tail. Now, if you keep interfering, how are we going to ever get there?
Exactly.
Step out of the way, black people.
How the hell the meek supposed to inherit the earth and everybody still fucking confused?
That's right.
We done went through we done went through ours.
Yeah, it's their turn.
Did nobody did not one soul throw our ass a lifeline. In fact, they kicked us in the head.
That's right.
So hell with everybody. I don't care, man. Who you so cruel? Welcome to the world. Everybody's cruel. I'm just fitting in. Shit. I tried to get everybody to be nice. They don't want to be nice. Everybody want to be cruel. So fuck it. I'm just being cruel too. It's just so happened it's your turn now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, that's what see, they think if we don't help them, we're being cruel. Not at all.
There's this thing. I'm not finna. Intervening with somebody's timeline is messing with karma in a sense. If it's set for this person to do certain things and I just so happen to jump in it, I just screwed their timeline up. So if that's something, in other words, let's just say Willie Lynch. If there's a real Willie Lynch and he screwed up all of these black people, millions and millions of souls throughout the generations, do you think that this one man can karma all of those people? He have all of that negative karma coming back on him. It's his little body. I don't think his body can take all of that shit.
No.
But every one soul that he screwed up, he's responsible for that shit indirectly. That's another reason why I'm kind of careful about dealing with black people, intervening with them, trying to convince them to think this. And no, I can't fuck with these people free will. God gave you free will to be smart or stupid. If I infringe on your free will, I'm taking away your gift that God gave you. Now, whatever you do with your free will, that's on you. That's your consequences at the end of the day. He will deal that up with you. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Yeah. And if people understood that shit, it wouldn't be no bickering. You would just have a group over here, they cool with who they are. A group over there, they cool with who they are. We just all look at it and respect each other and get what we need to accomplish as a collective, as a conglomerate. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Because even throughout nature, that's what it is. You kill all the bees, everything else will die. It'll be a chain effect. It's the ecological system. You need the bees to keep the plants and everything else growing. I don't think we're fully understanding all of this. We're looking for more reason. Oh, this is not right. This is not right. If it isn't right that they'll believe in this, because I would say that there's some black folks that are hung up on some silly shit. but it's their own free will, and I'm not gonna chastise them or no, I can't do that. I might put a little information here and there out there, but when it comes to debate, that's when the whole okay, you know what? You're right. Let's end it right here. You're absolutely right. Okay, now what can we do about some stuff that we do agree with? Since this is gonna have us choking each other, let's just get off of this damn topic altogether. Now, if I'm serving the right God or the wrong God, and you serving the right God or the wrong God, wherever the case may be, at the end of the road, we will find that out when the Most High have us standing before Him and letting us know who was right and who was wrong. That's still not my decision. So why am I arguing with this fool?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. You've been a great guest.
Huh?
I said you've been a great guest. I knew this was going to turn out well, and it did.
Thank you.
So, go ahead and post something in the chat so that people can go and subscribe to your channel.
Okay, I'm using the computer. I normally use I can't get my emojis on this computer.
Okay, yeah.
And it's moving slow. Come on. Come on. It's some stagnation in here. I don't know if can you see it?
I don't see it yet. It'll probably be coming up shortly.
My internet's slow. I don't know. Come on, post.
Okay, I see it now.
Okay.
I see it now. Okay, so y'all make sure you get over to the day after new Vigilante Salazar. And make sure you subscribe.
Lisa, I want to thank you so much. Thank you from the beginning because you did kind of help me out I didn't think all this was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it kind of took off. I was kind of scared of it. I wasn't expecting this. Well, I really enjoyed the conversation with you, and maybe we can do some other things and transport more information and stuff like that.
Sure.
But like I said, my objective is looking into the future. We got to come to some common ground here. We got to, all of this bickering and disputing and proving who right and who wrong. At the end of the day, there's only one thing that's been proven. We are oppressed. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the ultimate proof right there. We are all oppressed.
Yes.
What else do we need to prove to each other?
Mm-hmm.
We got to get out of this way of thinking.
We do. I said it's almost like somebody holding you in a tight grip and you're trying to get away.
Yeah. And in some cases, I guess sometimes we just got to find the ones that we think like us, want what we want, see the same things that we see, expecting the same outcome, holding the same values and stuff like that. Sometimes we just got to separate, even from our own blood relatives. Sometimes it gets like that. I would hate for it to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what it is. But at the end of the day, man, we all got, I just see it for what it is. These people fucked us up. This is not us. This is not us.
Yeah.
This is not us. I don't know why we keep carrying this on. I come out of a life where it was really hard, where that was the rule of the day. One neighborhood, one crew, one set. You didn't get along with the other ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I left out of that street shit. I left out of that, and I'm still saying it. And like, what the hell? People told me, going to Black conscious, learning your history, knowing thyself, that's the right walk. That's the right thing you're supposed to do. Then I get here and I'm seeing it's no different than the street shit I left. There's people still selling information. You can just say that's drugs because you got information junkies out here. You got gangs still because they all in little religious cliques or philosophies. It's the same shit. That's why the white man is looking at you. You idiots don't know. Y'all still gangbangers.
Right.
It's just a nice form. I'm like, I thought I left that street. Why I'm going right back into it. I feel like I'm gonna go in the damn Caucasus Mountain to cave my damn self to get away from everybody. Shit, I'm sick of this shit. God damn.
Yeah. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
All right, I'm gonna let you go because I think I gotta go tend to my wife. So
yeah. So you know, like I said, get over, subscribe, and you know, we'll definitely do this again.
Definitely. Thank you for your time, and you enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too. Shalom, family.
Shalom, you all.